Welcome everybody back to Nation Wars 3. Hello, just like that, we're back for another day of Starcraft 2 action. And it's an important day for you guys, you French people.
It is.
You have a second chance, which we'll get to a little bit later on. Our first match is going to be, of course, Australia going up against here Sweden.
Yes.
Which we're looking forward to seeing. How are you doing, guys? I love your t-shirts. You look brotherly.
Yeah, I was really hoping this wouldn't happen, but
it happened in the end.
Yeah,
it did. Here's the group for today. We had a probably, if not the best day of NationWars StarCraft action yesterday, with the 4-0 from Poland, an all-kill, and of course another all-kill from France, into the epic winner match, which was cursed by our dear poker friend Elke.
Yes, it did.
He did
He
curse
screwed
it.
everything up. Everything was doing well. France was doing really well until he showed up. And then we casted some games. We got wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should never invite him again.
his reaction was.
He's coming later.
His reaction was funny as well. So sick.
He's so sick. He's so sick, man.
Marine Lord is winning, and now
I don't know if you can see on the camera. I think you can at home. You can kind of see all the leftover baguette.
Yeah, there is some baguette
Like,
left.
This stack table is so filthy right
so
now.
dirty.
It is.
There's crumbs everywhere.
There was like
from
a cup of coffee, like 2 days old, on the table. I just put it down before.
Welcome to Nation Wars, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. We have an expert video that we put together with a couple of zooms. Look out for the zooms on Todd's face. This is the Nation Wars 3 format.
Hello everybody, we're your English broadcast team for Nation Wars 3. My name is Apollo, and joining me on this couch is Todd.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Apollo. Funka will be joining us as well later on to cast in English, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to casting with Funka a little bit later on, but let's talk a little bit about the format of Nation Wars 3. It's a 16-country tournament. Every single game is best of 7 until we get to the grand finals, which then will become a best of 9. And some of you should know this because you voted in. The players that represent their countries were through public voting, and we have 3 players to represent each country, as well as a single substitute if one of them cannot make it. So we have 16 countries spread across 4 groups, 4 countries in each group, with the top 2 advancing to the quarterfinals, which then becomes a single elimination bracket as we look for the top 4.
And the top 4 will actually be played here in Paris at a very prestigious venue to be announced later this Sunday.
Groups A and Group B will be then played in December, on December the 3rd through to December the 6th. And then Group C and Group D will be on the 10th through to the 13th of December before we head into the new year.
And what better way to start the year than with a bang with some StarCraft 2 on the 2nd and 3rd of January. That's when the round of 8 will be taking place. That will still be online. And then on the 13th, that's when the live action here in Paris will begin.
And that's where the fun really happens at the live venue, because Nation Wars 1 and Nation Wars 2 were absolutely fantastic, and we're very excited to be a part of this. Nation Wars has something special to hold within the StarCraft community. I know all of you watching this enjoy it, and we're very excited to be a part of it.
It's a very unique tournament, which I really wonder why it took so long for somebody to finally do it. So I'm really happy that O-Gaming stepped up, and it's one of my favorite tournaments, I have to admit. So I'm really looking forward to those games and to seeing which country is the best.
All right, it's time to find out which nation is the best in StarCraft 2.
GG!
Yeah, this is the original crew from the video.
This is the original
It is.
format crew.
It is.
Having a lot of fun here at Nation Wars every single day, even before the tournament even begun, as you can see with that video. Yesterday's action was, as said, probably the best day we've had in Nation Wars Funka. You think it can be topped?
I hope it will, because if France qualify, it's going to be better than yesterday,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But no, I think yesterday was pretty cool. Like, considering we had 2 4-0s, the way it happened, the fact that Marine Lord did the all kill, and I'm not going to be able to figure out the other one that all killed. Come on, Elaser.
Yes.
Elaser.
Pull yourself together, Funker.
It's like it's a good thing in my opinion. Like, it's not the players that we anticipated. Like, maybe we saw Nerd Show putting himself first in the first game and then all killing.
Yeah.
But even Elaser showing that he's able to do that kind of stuff against such a good team means a lot to Poland. Already qualifying. I mean, They're probably the best team after
They're probably
Korea.
the favourites for the tournament with Korea.
With
obviously.
Korea and Germany, probably.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
those are the 3 best teams.
Well, if you guys did miss out on some of the action yesterday and you're just tuning in today, we put a video to see what happened previously on NationWars.
Avant la rencontre Suède contre Pologne, je m'attendais à la victoire de la Pologne, mais notamment grâce à Nerkio.
We knew Poland was the best team in the group, and they just started with casual 4-0 against Sweden.
Et c'est Elaser et non pas Nerkio qui a marqué les 4 points. Ça a été brutal, ils les ont écrasés. Le move qui m'a le plus marqué, c'était les battles de microgestion entre Zergling, entre Sort of et Elaser. Une intensité de la microgestion, Zergling Baining pendant plusieurs minutes, extrêmement tendu. Au final, Sort of réussit à défendre, mais il a quand même perdu la game derrière.
For Australia against France, I thought it might be a little bit closer than it was because Murray Lord just took Australia and absolutely trashed them. He all killed and it looked like he wasn't even trying.
Marine Lord a dit 4-0, a dit j'ai pas le temps, je vais leur remettre la sauce et je vais direct en finale contre la Pologne.
I knew it was going to be a very close match because both nations have 3 incredibly good players in this tournament.
Ça avait très bien commencé puisque dans la foulée de son all kill contre l'Australie, Marine Lord avait juste détruit du coup Elaser puis Mana et là Nerkio est arrivé.
I have still no idea how Nurture won. He did so many very subtle things, but he did them so well. The link drops, like pretending like he wants to go for an engagement, but actually he's just trying to destroy the economy while having an own weak economy.
C'est celui de Nerkio avec son Oral Parasite qui lui permet de renverser une dernière fight alors sa compo était inférieure, un sort qu'on ne voyait jamais sur Heart of the Swarm.
It was a very close battle regardless. I think he could have used his ultras a tiny bit better, but Immortals are deadly, so if he wouldn't use Neuro there, who knows how that's gonna go. So I think using Neuro, having a good engagement, but also small shout out to the link drops that happened before, because if those don't happen, Liu Bao is a lot richer and Nurture would die way before that. So this very impressive game, awesome to watch.
Are people going to be singing today? Because France lost yesterday. If they win today, what's going to happen?
I don't even know.
Were you watching the World Cup in '98 when we won and what happened on the Champs-Elysees? Okay, maybe not yet.
We're going to
if
go
we win the
parading
tournament
in the streets tonight if they win. Everyone from O Gaming joining the streets. That would be a
fun fact,
an
by
epic
the way.
moment.
This was meant to be a photo, and then I think Funkast started singing the national anthem, and then everybody followed.
You let rip, man.
It was pretty good. I like what we ended up with. I think the energy is pretty genuine, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yesterday
to say it out
was,
loud.
yeah.
It was.
Today we'll see.
It was. Yeah. We'll see.
Today there's a few hangovers going around, so
Maybe.
Apollo, you seem very low energy today.
no, I'm super high energy, bro. I didn't sleep yet, considering. I'm expecting a great day. Of course, we have an awesome set of games to come. Only 2 games, though. There's, of course, on the second day of group stages, we have 2, with the first match being the losers match, and then over to the deciders match. So first up is going to be these 2 nations, Sweden versus Australia, going head-to-head. What are your thoughts? I mean, must do as an overall, as a France, coming out second place, right? This is a big upset.
It should be. If we lose at that stage, not only it would be really bad for the tournament in general, because the French crowd in general wants to see France qualifying, but I think as far as our level is supposed to be, if you look at the end of Out of the Swarm, France was Marine Lord, Lilbo, and probably Petit Drogo were like 3 of the best foreigners, and now we're having a rough time because some players that, Mana was still really good at the end of Out of Swarm, but then Nerchu comes out of nowhere. It's like, I've been playing for 5 years, but I'm going to be good again, and I'm going to be decisive, and that's what he did yesterday.
He stepped up a lot for sure.
Stepped up.
Here are the predictions, by the way, what we think is going to go
Look
down
at
in the
Roddy.
first match. Roddy's always the hipster. He always wants to be different to everyone else. He got it right yesterday when he picked Poland to win against France. Everyone else went for France, even though we were pretty misled. A bit of bias around the room. But is this a fair judge of how this series is going to go? For me, I took a long time to pick mine. I don't know about you guys, but I thought Sweden can do this. But then I did side with Australia.
Yeah, I was thinking about both lineups, and then I just pictured Pig just like hopping on a crocodile's back and like just like riding through Sweden and beating everybody and winning 4-0. So I went for the 4-0. From now on, all my predictions are going to be a 4-0.
Whoa.
Yeah? Pig, man.
Pig's going to open up in 4-0.
Yeah?
Yeah? Okay. Well,
and then Australia's going to get followed by France. Quick day.
Well, here is Team Australia, of course, captained by Pig, Jared Krenzel, supported by NXZ, and for me, the star player, and I think everyone kind of agrees, the Igers, their best player. Hopefully he can do some damage today as they go up against Sweden, which the team picture is incorrect, isn't it? Because Sortov is a replacement, right? Still today?
Yeah, that should be the case. The other player can't make it, sadly, because he's in Korea and traveling as we speak. So the scheduling didn't work in his favor. And in my opinion, I think Australia didn't show that good of a game yesterday because Marine Lord was on a roll. He was playing amazingly well in every single matchup, and then he carried that over to the match against Poland and took out 2 other players. So it's really difficult to make an assessment on how good Australia or Sweden is because we didn't get to see them play. But Pig and XZ showed that they were totally decent players. Nothing to say there. And Iagas,
in the qualifiers, I think they're pretty good when they played Japan twice, and both teams actually. It's crazy the Zerg presence that we have in this tournament. Like both teams, they have 2 Zergs, and in this case, Australia's gonna have 1 Terran, and Sweden's gonna have an all-Terran turned Protoss now in Morrow. So
we have
quite a few ZVZs.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Zerg versus Zergs, and as you say, they're going to continue on, and they're really fast too. I mean, a lot of the games are fast in Legacy, and especially Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah, the way the maps are shaped up, I think, really pushes for a link-bailing kind of play in ZVZ. So that explains why it's so fast. But as
we
you
had
said,
some longer games though yesterday, and they were delights.
They were such a delight, a treat, a treat.
Hey, by the way, I had your coffee dessert today, thingy.
Oh, Café Gourmand.
Yeah, I had Café Gourmand.
How was he?
He's great.
How was it?
It was really good.
What side did you have? Because it changes sometimes.
3.
Yeah, you had 3
so
sides.
It was like it was a tiramisu style one.
One chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
Okay.
And then it was like the strawberry raspberry type.
Yeah, with the
sponge
cheese
thing, the cheesecake thing with my espresso.
That's a good one.
It was nice. It was really good.
Yeah, I told you you should.
I should have had it last time, but I had it this time, and it was really nice.
Yeah, we're going off track though.
How we went from Sweden, Australia to coffee and dessert.
So every one of us thinks Australia is going to take it.
Yeah, only Roddy thinks Sweden.
Only Roddy.
He wants to be a hipster.
Roddy's
just the hipster factor.
I mean, maybe we can go to him in a second.
The thing is, all right,
tell us, but
imagine you're from Sweden and you're watching this. Obviously, you're cheering for your team. Everybody predicts Australia. One guy predicts Sweden. Everybody from Sweden is going to become a Roddy fan if they were not already. Which, to be honest, everybody already must be. So
Roddy is the people's champ, right?
Yeah,
people's champ.
He's the people's champ. So we are going to go over. I think we can go over now to the public viewing area.
I'm supposed to be there, though.
You're not there, are you?
Rotterdam supposed to be.
Yeah, me too. It's
you
Moman, Roddy, and me.
Oh,
you're not. You are going to go.
No, I am.
Okay.
We're not
Okay,
ready.
we're not ready at all.
We're nowhere. Stay.
We're not ready at all.
Stay. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Let's look at Sweden. Don't go yet. We'll go soon.
So as we said earlier, Zenstar is not going to be able to play. He's going to be replaced by another Zerg player in sort of.
Who definitely has potential to play and get a lot of work done.
Actually, sort of. He's supposed to be really good. Yesterday was very disappointing. I'm looking forward to seeing if he can do better here.
I hope so.
Morrow
did okay, and I remember casting yesterday with Drogo. Morrow, you know, he impressed with his builds.
Did he do okay though?
No, he didn't, but his build was nice.
No, he wasn't.
He got crushed.
He made a depth, went across the map, recalled, and then died. That was one of the worst games I've seen.
I liked the opening though. I liked it, but He did get crushed. Yeah, I was trying to be nice, but.
Mini Razor as well.
Elaser just showed that he was way better than all of these guys. I think,
I think it's safe
he
to
showed
say.
different builds, showed different type of attacks, timing-oriented builds against Protoss, then showed some ZVZs where he was always on the upper end. The first game against Mini Razor was over in like 4 minutes, and even sort of that got revived didn't do that good.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
I agree with what you said before. Is that both teams weren't able to show too much. Yesterday and today, I think this Sweden versus Australia game is going to be very close. I think it's going to be a close series.
I think I said 4-2.
Didn't you predict a 4-2? Sean?
4-1, but.
Even worse.
It's close.
Even worse. It's going to be close, boys.
What are you even thinking?
It's based on how close the games will be.
Yes, it's going to be a close 4-1.
6 salvage.
Close 4-1. It's going to be a really tight, close 4-0 today. No, but I think the games are going to be close. You don't think so?
No.
We did pick 4-0.
It's going to be it's going to be smooth sailing for a piggy boy.
I don't even think Pig opens, to be honest. I don't think he opens. I think that's where you go wrong.
So NXZ?
No, straight Iagus.
Iagus? No, you don't go Iagus first.
Yeah, it's the same.
Dude,
it's the same strategy that Poland used. A laser, straight up, out, kill.
Yeah, but Iagus is Australia's best player. Elaser is not particularly Poland's best player.
I think Iagus is coming out first to 4-0. I think they want to play it fast. They want to get this over with, and straight up ready for France. That's what I think.
You just want to go drinking again, don't you?
No. I want to go to bed, actually. I want to go drinking again, man.
Not before we cast France against the winner of Sweden over Australia.
Excited,
and if you're not hyped up, dude, gonna kick your ass.
I am hyped. I want to see you sing the national anthem.
And if France wins, if France advances today, we're going to party hard.
Probably.
I don't want to.
Please don't, France, please lose.
No, I think it's going to be a lot of fun today. We have a couple of really good games, and I think that France is pretty safe to say is the heavy favourite to advance through second place. It'd be a big upset if they don't. Which team do you think has a better chance versus France, Sweden or Australia?
Neither, really.
That's a good answer. I like it.
Maybe Sweden. 2 Zergs and 1 Protoss. I think against Terran, even though it's Iagus, maybe France will do better. So against Australia, they might have an easier time. Yeah. On paper, it seems like Sweden. I think in terms of knowing the French players better as well, because they play on the same ladder. Could be more dangerous.
Yeah, probably. I agree. But I do want to see for Australia. I want to see Iagus play something else than TVT. Yesterday, he got crushed by Marine Lord twice, and I kind of want to see him, show his skills in TVZ. I want to see different ways of playing the matchup, because Marine Lord, one of the only Terrans that we got to cast since the beginning of the competition, just played Reaper and tried to push his advantage with early Reapers. So
you know what to do on ladder. 3 racks Reaper every game.
I do it all the time. It's
you guys are gonna play later, by the way, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Are we tonight?
Maybe. Depends.
I felt even worse last time, so I guess it would
You were really hungover last time we played.
But he crushed me, to be honest. I lost on a Zergling run-by on the second game. It was pretty bad.
Do you know what's really funny? Is I don't even have Starcraft turned on this game. That's how prepared I am for this.
Naruto!
Chewie wants to cast NationWars 3 as well. Oh, this is the infamous cat that I heard about, that Naruto got himself. He's got I don't know if it's a cat or more than one, but a really cute one.
Gorski, raise your beverage. If you don't have any bag at home, go Marine Lord, Lilbo SC, and
just looking at that
MD
beer.
Stefano.
Oh God, just looking at it, I'm like, oh no.
Why would you do this to me?
Do make sure to keep sending your tweets in, #NW3 throughout the day. We had a lot of good ones yesterday, so I'm expecting more awesome ones this evening too.
Yeah.
More chill ones, because I know last night we had a lot of drinks, a lot of vodka because Poland was playing.
Yeah.
A lot of pizza and stuff. But tonight it's Sunday night. It's a little bit more chill. People have to work tomorrow morning, so show us your green tea and your biscuits.
Yeah, but not us, we don't.
Huh?
Not us, we don't. Because after today, our next broadcast day is next week, Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's.
Don't miss it, by the way, guys.
Group C and Group D.
Korea and Mexico.
And talking about Korea, I think we should kind of mention it, is that today or this evening or within the next few hours.
After match one, before we start match 2.
We are going to be announcing the Korean team.
Yes, we will.
It's now, we already know who it is. We already know.
You want to know, huh?
You guys
follow me at Podcast Starcraft. I'm going to reveal it beforehand.
Exclusivity.
At Call Me Tasteless.
At Call Me Tasteless.
So we'll be announcing the Korean team, which we'll be playing next weekend. And it's a good lineup. We'll get to it a little bit later on. Looking forward to sharing it with you. I was going to say looking forward to knowing. I'm like, already know, so I'm looking forward to share it with you instead.
It's interesting. You realize that when he's hangover, he's explaining everything he says.
Yeah, just to make sure, because I don't know what I'm saying, so I have to explain it for myself.
It's good not for other people that he's explaining his point.
I can hear Ronnie just crying.
Yeah, of course. That's the greatest intro that we ever made in a NationWars 3 story.
I'm crying because Ronnie's laughing so much.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll do all right. Well, maybe when we go to the interview, Ronnie will still be crying, which would be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna go over there in a couple of minutes. I think we're almost ready for the starting interviews. Here is again a quick look at what we've got today. Ronnie's still laughing. It's so funny. Sweden versus Australia, and then versus France. We are going to get rid of Todd now, and we are going to use our magic trick like we did yesterday.
Ooh, the timing on this one is so perfect.
The magic trick. This is my favorite magic trick.
Is it?
What we do is we transform Todd, a Protoss player, and turn him into a Zerg versus Zerg expert.
Oh, yeah.
He's back.
I was about to say a better Protoss player, but
Drogo,
the ZVZ expert.
And Terravis turn too.
How you doing, man?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Hello, mate. Welcome back to the show. Good to have you here.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Good to cheering on France again today.
Like, do you expect any of our answer than yes?
Yeah, I mean, I want you to tell me how much you are excited for France to play tonight. I mean, you've got a lot of passion, so.
I'm excited to see South of play versus some Australian Zergs. Gonna be pretty neat.
He's ready for a Zerg versus Zerg analysis already, I can tell. Talk to me about how Banelings can do really well. And Roach is, of course, a great unit in the mid-game.
The other question that I want to ask you is, how much did you talk to the French team yesterday? After they lost, I mean. Sorry about that.
I only talked to Lilbo because he's the only one in the Millennium House.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked a bunch.
What did he say?
I'm gonna keep that for later.
Oh, this is Drogo. I've got to build. He's back again.
Well,
that was awesome.
Drogo fed him a build, but Lilbo didn't do the proper transition, and that's why he lost.
Yeah.
Did you yell at him for this? I hope you did.
I just it loses impact when you say it in English, but I just told him c'est la honte.
C'est la honte.
What's that mean?
You're how would I translate it? It's a shame, but you are the one who's, who drags the shame on himself because he fucked up.
Okay. Well,
it's like he had the game in his hands and then it's like, but that's an expression that they all use quite a lot. Every time there's a situation, they say c'est la honte. Like any kind of situation, actually.
Well, let's hope he does better today to make you proud. It seems like the pre-game interviews are ready.
Good job.
So I'm having a nightmare today. We're gonna go. I can hear everybody laughing. So we're gonna go over to the public viewing area once again to hear from our team captains.
One hell of an introduction, boys. One hell of an introduction. It's great to be here again at the final day of week 1 of NationWars Season 3. Johan, are you get ready for today?
I'm ready, more than Apollo, I think. He's been struggling, man.
I lost it a little bit when he said, when Fonka points out, he's like, yeah, you're explaining everything you say. He's like, yeah, because I have no idea what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I've been there once or twice in my life, I'm not going to lie. I was very shocked, man. I can't believe I'm the only one that's believing in Sweden. I did like what you said, though, so jag älskar Sverige. So now all the Swedish people do love me a little
The Australians hate you.
No, they don't, because they still see that the rest of the team is voting for them. So they're like,
not you.
Well, we'll let Roddy be wrong. That's all right. They are appreciated by the rest. I can't believe I'm the only one voting for Sweden. Like, if you would have done this like 2 or 3 years ago, Australia to beat Sweden in a nation war, come on, that would have been so ridiculous.
Yeah, but I hadn't met Pig back then. Now I have, and I know what a beast is.
Yeah, in Sweden they don't have a NationWars, so it's not very. It would be very close, but.
They don't have Naniwa, Thorzane, Sase.
Yeah, everything. Before, that was the best. I think one of the best nation of the NationWars. But now it's Smoro, Protoss.
Yeah, I am a little bit worried for Sweden because they don't have Zenster today, and I do think that Zenster is currently the strongest player in Sweden, but I still believe in that team, and I think they will believe in themselves as well. So let's not wait any longer and see if we can get the captains on a little video call over here and just get a couple words from both sides before we can hop into our first match of the day. Is Mr. Anderson online? Is Piggy online? I heard that Pig actually woke up a little late. Because right now it's a very awkward time in Australia. It's very early, probably like 3 or 4 a.m., something like that. So Apparently, Pig just woke up and he's running around. He's like, I'm ready soon, guys. We've woken up Pig once or twice when he wasn't ready to work. So
the nickname is Pig for a reason.
All right, it's good to see you guys here. Stefan, how are you feeling today?
I was feeling pretty good, and then I heard your trash talk about Sweden, so I got a little bit sad.
Hey, what? I was on your side. You didn't see the predictions, mate? I believe in you.
Yeah. But moment, like Protoss, Moro, like I didn't like the tone of that.
But the thing of, I know you, Moro, and I think you was better before with the other race, and you switch Protoss now, and I don't feel you very strong before, like before. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just kidding, of course.
Todd?
No, just I got nothing.
Todd's got nothing. All right. So, Pig, what's the local time right now in Australia? What? What? Okay, well, sorry, mate.
Oh yes, he's back.
The audio is a little messed up. I have no idea what just happened there. Pig probably has no idea why we're laughing, but Pig, you just sounded like a cartoon on helium or something like that.
Night 10 on helium.
Yeah, he just inhaled 3 balloons.
I did not expect this after it worked yesterday.
No. All right, so sorry guys, we're gonna try to. Yeah, we're going to try to re-establish that connection. There's a good chance the connection with Moro broke perhaps as well, because they're disconnecting the call and try to re-establish it. So hold on, guys. We apologize for the delays, but soon our first match of the day will start. We're going to keep it short. All right, Stefan, so yesterday things didn't go as planned. Did you guys discuss these things in team, and what are you going to change for today?
We didn't really talk about it, but each and every one of us had like our own personal excuse, and today we do not have those. So hopefully today we can perform better.
Just to touch a little bit.
We're also like facing Australia, and which is obviously going to be a little bit easier, since I think Poland is like very good. They beat France. So.
All right, I can get behind it.
Pig, are you confident going up against Sweden?
Is the mic better now?
Yes. Our boy's back. Cool.
I think we're okay. I think the early morning is hitting us a bit hard, and I think our confidence is a bit low after the smashing we took yesterday. But I think we're in a good spot against Sweden. I think we should do pretty well. So we're reasonably confident. Yeah.
I would like to ask you one question about your game in particular yesterday, Pig, because we all know you can do so much better. But you saw the build being used against your teammate, and I guess you put 2 and 2 together pretty quickly, that you realized you were playing against the same thing. And still, it absolutely spiraled out of control. Where do you think it personally went wrong for you?
Yeah, I think I was kind of like, there's no way he's going to do that twice in a row. I was like, let's do a bit of a greedy build here. Let's just take a 3rd hatch right at the start. And I think you can still defend it with that. I think you'll take a little bit more damage, but you've got a 3rd hatchery, so it's probably okay. But I just wasn't keeping an eye on my Overlord on the map. I think I also moved it out of the position it should have been. So the moment I saw extra Reapers rallying across, I needed to like react. But I didn't react until the 3 Reapers were at my base. And once you're in that position, it's a little bit too late. And suddenly I was falling to pieces. So
gonna do better today?
Yeah. Today should be a lot better. I mean, especially against Sweden, there's no Terrans, right?
Yeah, actually, I've got a great question. Moro, you're the OG who started that Mass Reaper madness in the Wings of Liberty beta. Maybe after watching Marine Lord against Australia, maybe it's time to bring it back?
So you're assuming I watched that. I didn't actually see that, unfortunately. But I heard about it.
You really are a real pro gamer, aren't you?
He doesn't like it when you say that too many times.
I saw Nurture against Marine Lord, which was a nice match. But it didn't look that strong to me.
Nurture Lilbao, mate. The first time they played. That's an absolutely phenomenal game. Either way, we want to watch some... Yeah, okay. We want to watch some Starcraft, so before we hop into the first match, we obviously need to know who's going to be the first player, and maybe a cheeky prediction if you guys feel like it. Moro, first player for Sweden?
First player me today. And as far as prediction goes, I think we will win, but it will be hard. I'm going to say 4-2.
It was you. You said you, right? Because you lagged a little bit.
Yeah. First player?
Are you coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me.
Okay, awesome. And he believes in a 4-2 pick. Who's going to be the first player of Australia? And cheeky prediction if you'd like to.
Yeah, it's going to be me as well. And 4-1, we'll win.
All right. Well, good luck very much, or lots of luck, guys, in this first match. And we'll see one of you guys at the end of this match. No idea who it's going to be. Go get ready for your games. Guys, it's going to be a captain showdown.
Yeah, that will be very nice. I like them. And I think Moro was not very happy to see that. I think he wanted to play versus
Yeah,
Yagus.
but during the briefing, they told us to go back to the casters quickly because the French team has to translate. So let's go back to the casters so we can get the game started soon.
Let's go.
Roddy
was like, oh,
I wanted to talk a little bit more, you guys. No, it actually makes sense. I mean, you know, Frenchies don't speak English. We have to do a in-depth translation downstairs so they can understand what's going on.
Say. And
yes,
talking about Pig, I don't think he ever mentioned the time. He just mentioned because when he was asked for the time, he was all squeaky. But I just looked it up. It's 5:30 right now in the morning, which is pretty early.
It is,
and I don't think they have multiple time zones. Pretty sure. Might even be 4:30. Like Brisbane.
Is he closer to Brisbane or?
I don't actually know where he lives.
Melbourne.
It's like 4:30, 5:30, somewhere around there, which is pretty brutal to get up to play. I mean, have you ever gotten up at 4:30, 5:30 to play StarCraft?
When you play StarCraft and I'm on this late, you always stay up late, never wake up early, in my experience.
Never wake up early?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Self-control issue. It's a lot easier to stay up late than waking up early.
Yeah, it's more like you've stayed up until 4:30 to play more so than getting up at 4:30. So nice and early for those guys over in Australia. So what do you think about the first match then?
Roddy had a point. It's a captain showdown, and it's good. I like it. They take their responsibilities and they'll be opening up. The question I'm wondering about is that Pig predicted a 4-1. Is it like I'm gonna send myself first, lose, and then somebody is gonna do all the work for me? Is that what he thinks? You think?
No, I think he's gonna get a couple of wins before he goes down. That's the way I would imagine it.
You think he's gonna beat Moro then?
Yeah, he might lose versus a sort of or something here. He might get a couple of wins, go down, and then let Igers come out and play. I would imagine that would be the plan, but it's hard to tell, right?
What about you, Drogo?
What would you do if you were team captain of Australia? You were Coach Drogo, and you have your 3 players, Igers, Pig, and NXZ. What would your plan be?
Try to snipe sort of. Like I don't know what the matchup are for the Australian team. So maybe, like, hypothetically, Jaggers has a really good TVZ. So you want to, like, snipe sort of on a really good TVZ map. So hopefully, like, Pig is going to stay for that.
Yeah. Okay.
What about the fact that the first map is Orbital Shipyard? It's already a pretty good map for TVZ.
Yeah, well, it's not the only one, hopefully.
Okay, well...
maybe, I don't know.
All right, well, this game is almost ready. Before we go into it, we do have, as we did yesterday, interviews with the players. And first up today is Pig.
I think NationWars has just been one of those things where, and it's always on in the middle of the night here in Australia, but you always wake up in the morning and watch the VODs and you just see the epic crowd and the amount of hype in the arena. So I think StarCraft 2 sometimes lacks events that have that atmosphere to them. It's pretty scary lineup. Obviously France, Bilbo. Stefano, I think, is always going to excel in a new game as long as he's been practicing. So I think for us, it's probably the hardest group besides maybe the one with Korea in it. Just a big thanks for continuing to support us. And I think we've got a decent shot. It's early in Legacy and we've been practicing hard. So cheer for us. And I mean, if we can make it down to the finals in Paris, then that would be a dream come true.
Yeah, a dream for everyone, pretty much, to get to the top 4, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, he's got a long road ahead of him. First of all, he's got to get through Sweden, Moro more specifically, and then France awaits, who everyone is looking at as, even before they played yesterday, a lot of the French people here, I mean, you can be honest with me, said that they were more than likely going to go through in second place.
Yeah, well,
Poland's so strong.
You get Poland, you see those results, you see how on fire every single player is, and then you think to yourself, Lilbo is not as dominating on the Legacy of the Void that he was on Heart of the Swarm at the end of it.
Yep.
We don't really know about Stefano. Marine Lord was kind of a question mark, and he showed that he's a really great player.
He played great
It's
yesterday.
not like we couldn't have beaten. It's not like that we couldn't have beaten Poland.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if Lilbo wins the first game against Nurture, it's such a great situation for us, right?
It's funny how much a single game can impact the entire of the series.
Yes.
And in terms of like getting your best player kicked out and the momentum swings is actually kind of drastic in this format when it's every game's just the best of one, and it is wins for anyone. Underdogs UK, you can pick up wins in best of ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Drogo, it's not gonna be a ZVZ. How mad are you?
I'm so pissed, dude.
Why, man?
Because there's a Protoss, like, it's so boring now. I have nothing to say.
Protoss plays.
Yeah,
it's just bad for Drogo.
Yeah. Well, do we have the Mora? Sorry, I didn't. You a Mora interview? Oh, we're gonna go on the game in a second. Okay. So, Protoss. I know it's not your forte, as you say in France, but
no, we don't say that.
Let him believe that.
No, the thing is, there's so many people watching. I don't want them to believe what he says. It's like, yeah, as you say in France, and then everybody's gonna come to me and like, oh, forte. Oh,
but there's a lot of things I don't really know about France, but I say that's the way it is. Anyway, first map is now loading, as we do have Orbital Shipyard to kick things off for the second day of Group B. Booyaka shaka! Booyaka! We're excited, of course. France playing a little bit later on. That's what everyone's really hyped for. But first, we need to see who is going out in last place, sadly, in Group B. First game is going to be Australia versus Sweden. Pig versus Mora. Captain versus Captain. In a battle which Drogo won't be able to assist us very much in analysis on. But hopefully he can do something useful. Pig.
You wanted to say Funka, but you said pig.
Okay, do the intros, bro.
All right. Bottom left of Orbital Shipyard for Australia as the Red Zerg. It is Piggy Boy. Or the Chipmunk Zerg.
The Chipmunk Zerg. All right, you or Drogo? Who's doing it?
On the top right of Orbital Shipyard, the Protoss player Hope of Sweden. This is Morrow.
All right, here we go.
Let's get this thing started.
Okay, so Morrow played on this map yesterday, and he opened up and played very safe overall. I mean, Drogo, how did you like his approach when he played Protoss vs Zerg yesterday?
I liked it. Like, it was a good build. Nothing gimmicky, but at the end of the day, he kind of just died. So he's going to have to do the same without the dying parts.
Top-notch analysis. Okay, Pig is going to go to the edge before.
What did he do wrong yesterday? He lost. What can he do better? Not lose. Okay.
If you could avoid dying after building up your economy and gateway counts for 8 minutes, that would be great.
But one thing that he did do, he tried to play mass gateway zealot charge style, right? That was his overall core, which he never got to. And you'd imagine that he'd be looking to do the same.
Yeah, probably, but I feel like I don't know if he has any info on Pig. I have no idea Pig's play. But first thing first, that Pig went for 3H before pool, I totally expected it. Because like Pig is a really big macro player, and he kind of knows it's gonna be 99% Nexus first.
Yeah.
So overall, good opener from Pig.
And what about Morrow's opening?
I mean, he's probably gonna do the same thing as yesterday. From the looks of
Nexus
it.
first, double gateway, and then maybe some adapt pressure coming in.
Yeah.
But would you rather see him being aggressive earlier or just defend better than yesterday? Those are the two options, right? If he does the same build.
I don't know, like on this map it's kind of hard to really be aggressive because it's a ramp above the third.
Yeah. Well, how do you think his style is going to differ when playing against Pig, who you said is more macro focused? Yesterday when he played against a very aggressive Zerg and ended up losing, right? So how do you think it works out against someone who's not really looking to attack you very often?
Well, it's gonna be like if Pig's drones too much his fourth, the big timing attack could work, but honestly I can't say too much since I have no idea how Pig's play PvZ right now.
Yeah.
Like when I was practicing with him at Heart of the Swarm, he was a really big how was he playing again? Like really safe opening, then like he will try to kill his opponents until he had 80 drones with like Broodlord push. He would always try to kill people with Broodlords.
Okay.
And I remember like the specific, he will never ever try to kill his opponent on 3 bases.
Yeah.
So in that regards, Moro is not gonna die like yesterday.
Okay, well, the Zergling gets inside here.
And scouts the forge.
Scouts the forge. Obviously, every single player in this tournament is studying and watching their opponents play. It's quite an easy format to keep track of how everyone's doing. And so I'm sure that Pig's well aware this is how Moro played yesterday, which is a good relief for him. He even has a Zergling on the 3rd base in anticipation for that to be taken soon.
But like yesterday, Moro playing very safe with his 2 adepts, but in this situation, this was not a good call. Like Pig made a very minimal amount of Zerglings and is now able to join up safely without losing anything. So I would actually put Pig slightly ahead right now.
All right, well, how long is Moro going to take till he moves down to take this 3rd base? He's moving down shortly now with a couple of units. He'll be looking to take this in a moment. Pig is still droning up a lot, though. He's got a Roach Warren now being built, and as he sees his Zergling being killed, he's anticipating that 3rd to be taken, so Drone City continues with the layer as well now.
Could he go for the same type of attack if he watched the game yesterday? And like, okay, you did that against a laser and you died to a Roach Ravager +1 timing.
I think it depends on what exactly he scouts, right?
He scouted the Forge. I think that's already enough. Like, Forge is so rarely, well, I would say way more rarely used than it was in Heart of Swarm. It was like the main go-to build, the triple Nexus with the Forge and the Twilight Council. So first of all, seeing the Forge before Robo, stuff like that actually tells you that he's going to be playing the same as yesterday.
Yeah, but Pig, even though he kind of knows he's going to be a really big macro opener, he respects the opponent by throwing a Roach Warren, because remember, in Heart of Swarm, Forge could mean a timing with Zealot +1. And if you didn't have Roaches, you could die. And Pig, if you throw them a Roach Warren, just in case something like this may eventually happen.
But so he's focusing now on the melee upgrade for his Evolution Chamber. He's going to now throw down a Spire too. I thought that's what we'd see, and unfortunately the Hallucinate Phoenix flies past right before, and unfortunately getting the scouts. So that's actually pretty big to see this, or not see it in this case.
So how does Ling Muta will play against Zelotron? Exactly the same build as yesterday, by the way. It's like the exact same transitions and everything, and now he scouts the Spire with the Hallucinated Phoenix on the other side of the map. You just saw it a couple of seconds ago.
You start pumping out Stalkers and you try to hit a timing, or what do you do?
Yes, right now Moro is definitely going to try to hit a timing. He's not taking any gases at his 3rd base, and then right now he just saw the Spire.
Yeah.
So the idea is to warp like maybe 1 Archon, a bunch of Zealots, and enough Stalker to not just straight up die to Mutalisk. And usually if you do it well enough, you're going to win the game.
Oh, okay, Drogo's calling it early. Game's already over. Alright, here he moves out.
The thing is, like, Mutas and Zerglings will not do as well as Roach Ravagers against Zealots and Adepts, as we seen yesterday.
But here's the thing, Pig, with his Changeling, is seeing Moro moving out, so he pumps all of his gases into Ravager to, like, hold the push. So if Moro is too aggressive, this might be bad for him.
Yeah, it's already a pretty big tell. Like, he shouldn't have known that this attack would come. Like, he doesn't have that much map control, but that Changeling kind of changed everything. He built a lot of Roaches to defend that, and now on a 4th base, I mean, Pig is going to have a tremendous amount of money to work with. And the question is he going to make Mutas at some point?
Well, it doesn't look like it. He's thrown down the Hive, and you'd imagine he'd be going up towards Ultralisk pretty fast in this game, especially now getting double upgrades, Pathogen Glands coming in for the Infestors too, so he hasn't used that at all. Moro's got no idea what's going on at this point. He knows that he could be attacked very shortly, and we are going to see the Zerg move up.
Moro! That's a bad start. I mean, that's a cycle of production on your Robo that's going to be used to build another Warp Prism when you would like to do probably more Immortals.
Especially because he's seen the Hive on the way now.
Yes. 16 more drones. That's a filthy Zerg.
Filthy.
It's like he has 72 workers and he's building 13 more.
I'm getting a little bit scared for Pig now. He's gonna need to make Infestors on its really good fungal if he wants to end the upcoming attack.
Yeah, more Stargates.
Is he going up towards Fleet Beacon then?
No, Moro is completely misreading this.
What is he doing?
He thinks Mutalisk are coming. That's why he made that many Stalker, even though he doesn't have Blinks, and now he's making Stargates. I would really like to see Moro just push right now, but he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Ultralisk. And it's not gonna go well. He only has one one immortal and maybe a couple of Archons. But as we said, as we saw yesterday, Infestor, Crackling, and Ultras do very well in a...
Yeah, I mean, right now, Pig is pulling a snoots. He's making Broodlord and Ultras at the same time with 88 drones. And I can guarantee you that if Moro was using all of his money on attacking, he would win the game.
Well, Moro is going to take a 4th base while poking down here. It's a little late, really. This is quite a scary Zerg. A lot of drones, a lot of army now as well. Infestor's starting to pop out.
Yeah, double Phoenix production. Yes, he's totally misreading this. Yeah. There is not a single Muta in the air. And yes, Phoenix would potentially be able to lift up the Infestors. But
well, the Zergling's on the 4th base here, Funker, and Mora's not doing anything about it. He's just pushing on to creep very heavily.
It's actually so deep. And the concave is so good for Pig. First, amazing fungal, and that's not looking good at all for Moro. He can't really... Oh, +2? +2 hype?
+2 hype?
+2 hype!
It's doing okay.
The Ultras are not out yet. That's
7
like the
of them are on
concave.
the way, though, and this is an attack which has been successful. It's going to break the 4th at the very least.
He needs to gather all his forces so the Ultras don't get killed at the instant they pop up. He needs to attack click on this one. Okay.
And they die pretty fast, and where's the rest of them?
They're all in the main, probably. Main and second base. So yeah, +2 is actually shred every single unit that Pig had. I thought the concave and the fungals would be enough, but apparently they weren't.
Well, he's picking up the Infestors here, so no fungal growth at all, and the Zerglings are going to go in and fight this. Ultralisk coming in to help. Are they going to be enough? The Immortals, the damage dealer, but that is gone. Down go the Archons, and it looks like Mora's overstayed his welcome as he is going to get chased all the way out and is going to lose absolutely everything on the return. And Pig does go up in terms of supply. 50 advantage. Moro overstayed?
Yeah, Moro definitely overstayed here. He should be really grateful he killed that 4th base and went home right after that.
And then start to prepare for dealing with the Ultras. Unfortunately now he's losing units in the middle of the map as well, and Pig's on the counter, Pig's on the swing. He's coming up to challenge that 4th Nexus. And to be honest, I don't really know what we have left. It's just a bunch of Zealots and a couple of Archons.
Oh, once again, the upgrades, the attack upgrades are pretty good for Moro. Yeah. And he's climbing the number of Immortals quite fast. So if Pig gives him quite a long time to prepare for the next attack, he should be able to hold the 4th base. But as you can see on the production tab, 5 Corruptors. So the snooty transition with the Ultralisk into Broodlords might be a little bit too much to handle for the Protoss player. He's out of position.
He's given it up.
What the hell? Why would you ever leave that 4th base? That was a weird call from Moro.
Well, to be fair, Crackling did kill Nexus pretty fast.
Does he have Crackling?
Yeah.
Does he have the adrenal gland? Yeah. Adrenal gland?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Moro's got to get this 4th base up. He's running out of money. He doesn't have any really in the bank at the moment. The good old 2 Mutalisk switch. I love this. Probably to just more realistically to deal with the War Prism, yeah. Going to catch a couple of these Phoenixes here, fungal, and then the Corruptors do come in. But I think the Zerg army is pretty beefy at this point, especially with Broodlords coming in. Moro does have a very similar army supply, but a lot of it's just Zealots.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to deal with there. Against Broodlords that can shoot you from a screen away, I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, Archons are gonna derp because of the Broodlings, so I'm not really sure. He needs to transition right away. He has double Stargate, he should do something with it. Instead of building more Immortals, why is he not building anything?
Yeah. He doesn't know about the Great Aspire?
Well, he's seen 5 Corruptors, that's an odd number, right?
Yeah. What do you think Moro needs to do?
I don't know, I think it's kind of panic mode. I mean, making like 2 Void Rays would be a good start, but as I say that, he's making 2 Oracles. Yeah, I mean, 2 Oracles usually use Revelation, which allows you to use Tempest better, but for that, you need Tempests.
Well, and a Fleet Beacon to have Tempest.
Yeah.
And neither are in the battlefield. Okay, he's bleeding some units right there. The Cracklings are gonna get, you know...
Yeah. Zerg
is so good in this
game. And that's a big pickup
Did
as
you
well.
see that moonwalk?
Yeah.
It was sick.
That Immortal looked really panicked.
Yeah.
Zerglings, oh my god. Okay, I think he's scouted the Broodlords right now.
Here we go. There's the revelation on the army, but as you say, he sees it, but what can he do to stop it? Broodlord's done a lot of damage. Queens and supporters too. And as Pig looks to open up Australia's first win in Nation Wars 3, here comes the pylon overcharge. And outside of range
can't do anything really to assist.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's a nice stasis.
And he's got nothing to deal with the Broodlords. He doesn't even have any Stalkers.
He has 2 Void Ray coming up. So that might be the hype. 2 Void Rays against Queens and Corruptors.
Queens, that's a big problem.
Yep.
And still, Morrow's struggling to deal with this army composition, what we've seen built out from Pig. And here come the Void Rays in. Queen's coming to support with transfuses and also attacks onto the Void Rays.
Morrow!
And they're going to go down pretty fast. And to be honest, there is no answer. There is no answer for this Zerg army.
Those 2 Void Rays crashed 1 Broodlord, didn't even kill it, and now it's just a threatening. I mean, he doesn't have the composition to face what Pig has. And to be fair, the army control of Pig, even though he had like a amazing advantage in, as far as the composition goes, I think the micro that he showed right there was really good.
Yeah, he's just using the long-range Broodlords. He's just using the Broodlords. We do have an attack coming out from Morrow on the other side of the map with some leftover units, some Zealots and Archons. Perhaps they can get some damage done, but the problem still continues. How do you stop Broodlords at this point? He's trying to get more Void Rays out, but we saw it didn't work out too well just now when he tried to take a fight and defend.
Morrow totally skinned the production tab just to face off those Zerglings and Archons, but that seemed like a Hail Mary for Morrow. Like he's like just trying to counterattack right now, but he's not destroying anything really important. I mean, he's killing a hatchery, that's good, but other than that, the Ultralisk Cavern is still there. I think he's building another one just in case on the 4th base. Yes.
And Pig is securing victory here. If this was to happen in a base race, he's got a ton of spines on the other side of the map, which he can protect with mount popping units. But Morrow has no money more. He has no more money to build any additional air units. And still the problem continues where he can't deal with the Broodlords. Here he moves down to find all the spines.
We should see GG in a moment. I mean, he's gonna scout those spine crawlers. He knows that there's still Broodlords coming in. Even the Pocket Natural is getting defended by some defensive structures. Really well played by Pig. I mean, he accepted the macro challenge kind of differently than Elazer did yesterday. Just accepted it and said, I'm gonna have a better army control and a better idea of what to build to just counter you.
Yeah.
Clean victory.
Good stuff coming out from Pig, of course. Played very, very well in the qualifiers to get Australia into the tournament. Unfortunately, Australia did not have the best of days yesterday after they got 4-0'd by Elazer. But here we have a very different story.
By Marine Lord.
Oh, Marine Lord, sorry.
It's okay.
Very different story. They opened up with a wind here today, and unfortunately, I don't think there's anything here that Morrow can do, right? There's nothing.
No. Now, you know how you're supposed to hype up a game until the GG happens? That's not gonna happen here. I mean, it's like it's so dead. Like 43 supply against 113.
Drogo, could you win from this position?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Yes, I could actually. GG!
GG!
Pig takes map number 1, gets Australia on the scoreboard for NationWars 3, and starts
after the qualifiers. To be honest, they scored in the qualifiers.
Yeah, but
it's a group stage in the main tournament.
First victory for Australia.
Yes,
and it always feels good to get a win, a bit of confidence. And he mentioned it in the pre-game interview, not the winners interview, that morale was a little low, especially when you come in and just get 4-0'd like that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hype. Everyone's very excited to play in this tournament, and you come in and you get shreked, and it hurt them a lot. But that's a good start today. Good start.
Yeah. Well, as you said, just way better than what they did yesterday without being able to clinch any single victory against France. And Sweden loses Morrow to start things off. I mean, I think it's going to be really difficult at the moment, sort of, just get thrown. So sort of is not out yet. So I wouldn't say Sweden is either. But still, losing Morrow, 2 games in a row, Morrow doesn't score anything.
Yeah.
If your only hope of victory is sort of taking out everybody, I think it's a pretty hard gamble.
And aren't the strongest in this tournament, let's be fair, to be honest. But we'll see. Hopefully they can turn around. Remember to keep sending in your tweets like this one. That's definitely a Rotty favourite for sure. Let's go. Pig. Thank you very much, Hype Man. Here's another one. Picker and le gaming familiar. Le
fatty
those burgers. Weekend.
Did you see the size of those burgers?
They're pretty big burgers, man.
Or the computer is really tiny.
They're massive burgers.
Massive burgers.
Watching NationWars 3 with my little mantis, Matilda. Shout out to Lasgo, the casters, the crew, everyone. Why is that?
Mantis, it's a bug, right? But it didn't look like a bug. It looked like a leaf.
Café in Humboldt for the day. Go friends. Litad should be playing though. Well, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Yeah, we've seen him lose against pretty bad players. So
yeah, we have done. Do make sure to send in your tweets throughout the evening on what you're up to and how you're watching NationWars 3. So now it's time to figure out who's going to be sent out next. So you think sort of, right? Or
yeah,
did I
just send sort of like just stop the bleeding as fast as possible. You know?
Okay.
You can't bleed that much maps at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I don't know. Like I feel like they could have just as well sent Minimizer.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it matters very little because they're both Zergs, kind of.
Yeah.
So eventually,
kind of.
I mean, like strategy-wise,
sort of both Zergs.
Did you see that cheeky wink?
Yeah,
so good.
Pretty cheeky. But I feel like actually this Minimizer is going to be sent out right now.
Minimizer?
Yeah.
Why would you say leave the stronger player till after?
Well, yeah, because I don't know. I feel like Pig could lose to Minimizer. That's how I feel like. So.
All right, well, we'll find out in a couple of seconds. As team captains do have a minute or two to decide on who's going out.
Exactly 3.
Exactly 3
they
minutes.
Have 3 minutes.
And if they're over the 3 minute
kicked
mark,
out instantly.
They're banned.
No, they get a warning.
They get a warning. Yeah. Okay, so 3 minutes is the max the players have to choose. I'm Apollo, he's Funker, and that's Drogo.
Petit Drogo.
Petit Drogo. I'm getting better. Petit Drogo.
Yeah, it's better, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's better than Petit Drogo.
Yeah.
I think Roddy was saying that earlier.
When you first started playing and coming onto big streams and big tournaments, and all the casters are trying to say your name, what was the version that really tickled you the most? What was the worst version of your name?
I actually legitimately doesn't care about that.
Oh,
like
no?
I saw Reddit thread about that. Like that's all you say to Drogo, guys.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussions on how to say your name properly.
Yeah, I was like, just whatever, dude.
Todd, I had a 2-hour session with Todd on how to say your name. He kept on. He wouldn't let it go.
How about Drogo instead of Petit
I like Drogo. I've started calling you Drogo.
Yeah,
sounds cool.
Yeah, Drogo is pretty cool, but it kind of assumed that I'm a big guy. You know, I'm still a little kid, so you have to keep the petit.
You know what petit means, right?
Yeah, it's small. Petit pois.
Le petit pois.
You're a petit pois to a petit pois. My French lessons have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the best sentence that you can say in French.
The best sentence I can say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Petit pois, tu es un petit pois.
What about bienvenue pour la NationWars 3?
That's good.
That's a good one too. So here's Sweden's next player coming out. Who is it going to be? Minimizer or sort of?
Yeah, it's going to be sort of.
Well, he says Minimizer.
100%. Sort of.
Wow.
See?
Wow.
What a boss. Just saying.
Wow.
I think Minimizer didn't have the time to eat yet, so they're keeping him from...
he's going to have his dinner first, and then he'll play. Okay, so Pig versus sort of. So sort of is the player that they really have to rely on if they're going to get through this match against Australia. This is a tough match for sure.
Yeah, and we can take a look at Zensters, for instance, ratios.
Yeah, I mean, we can just guess that they were sort ofs. I mean, sort of's doing okay against Zerg, 73. But so Zenster was in the original team and lineup, but unfortunately couldn't play, so they had to use their 4th player, which every country has. So sort of comes in and is going to play.
Yeah, and right now I know somebody that is really happy about the game.
Another Zerg versus Zerg for Drogo. He's so hyped. Look at this. He's so excited to do some analysis. The expert Zerg versus Zerg guy.
It's on Predators too. I've seen so many CVC on that map.
We have, and they all end in less than 5 minutes.
They do.
It's a fast matchup.
It is a really fast matchup. That's why you can get so many wins playing Zerg, because every single mirror that you play lasts for 4 minutes.
Yes.
When you have to play at least 10 minutes in TVT and PvP, I think.
It's like my amount of game times are actually a lot lower than everyone else's when I play Zerg. I'm like, I've played like 100 games, but it's like nowhere
I spent like 4 hours.
4 hours, actually.
100 games. Easy. There's nothing but Zerg on the ladder too, so...
There is a lot of Zerg on the ladder,
You get
right.
ZVZ all the time, 4-minute matchup, amazing.
All right, here's Prion Terraces, the goal-based map, where we see all the aggressive builds because of it, and I'm sure that we're going to see one again. Interestingly, is Pig going to play aggressive, or is he going to stick to his true self This probe makes noises for random reasons, by the way.
Yeah.
You touch around it and it makes a noise. Will Pig play aggressive or not? I'm interested to see. Here we go. Game number 2 between Australia and Sweden. Let's do it, Funker. Here he is.
Bottom right, representing Exile 5. But more importantly today, Australia. He won his first game, it is big.
Loves a growl. And up here in the north, can he be the king of the north? For Sweden, it's sort of. He's a sort of good player, to be honest.
To be honest.
Red Eye always creeps into a broadcast.
He's literally
the best Swedish player on this team. Spawning pool first.
Piggy boy.
Sort of, and Piggy. Oh, Elky's in the house. What's up, man? Elky's in the house.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. So sick. We're going to lose. Elky's in the house. France is doomed. France is doomed. Go away.
I woke up with a headache, so sick. Never lucky, man. Elky, he's got to come cast later. I think everyone really enjoyed Elky casting yesterday.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But you know what's the best to me?
What's the
T-Drogo casting ZVZ.
Oh man,
I'm really touched.
Seriously, just explain to us what's happening right now.
So you can tell this is not that high level of a game because neither of them are taking the gold blaze. And if you don't know, the gold blaze has yellow minerals.
But look
that
at
give
Pig.
most money. Oh my
Oh my god, Piggy boy!
Pig A's taking the gold.
Okay, never mind. This is a really high level gameplay right now.
He's got 3 hatcheries really early on.
Seriously, it's like, don't you think it's an amazing gamble that he just did? Like,
yeah, like Pig is a fucking mastermind right
He's
now.
a mastermind, man.
because yes, sort of is not playing that aggressive style that we've seen countless time in
Pig's-
ZVZ. He's
he's
just
got-
playing
yeah.
a rather defensive
Yeah.
play style, and Pig is like, you know what? I'm gonna greed out. Like,
If this was an aggressive opening from sort of, Pig, yes, would be in a lot of trouble.
yeah, he's already
But,
dead.
And you know what? I like it. Like a lot of players, when there was a little difference level, we were like, okay, I'm going to try to cheese him. I'm going to be really aggressive. But nobody took like the routes that Pig is taking. I'm going to be a lot more greedy than you. So I'm just going to win the game because of that. Because right now, sort of is not going to be able to punish this.
Yeah, it's really difficult to punish too, and that's whenever I've played against this type of style, the thing that's on your mind is how can I punish this? But there's really nothing you can do, and if you try, it's going to fail. So it'll be interesting to see how Sortov's going to approach this. He's done really nothing different. Throws down a Baneling Nest now as he pushes an Overlord out, and he's going to take the gold for himself.
And he's gonna kill the Overlord.
Oh,
That is
Pig, that's a drop bear right there.
But yeah, that falls right into Pig's plan. Like, sort of is not trying to punish this because apparently there is no way of punishing this.
It's really-
so
I
he's
mean-
just doing the same but slightly worse, like slightly later, which is I'm gonna accept the macro game but with a disadvantage. So that kind of shows that sort of thinks he's the better player, I guess.
Yeah.
And Pig just tried to flip a coin,
Well-
and it worked.
Well, Pig is starting to build a lot of units, man. So he may very well
Lots of
use
lava.
this third hatchery, because he's got a lot of lava now, as an aggressive stance. So
And in the production tab, sort of is making 7 drones.
Ooh.
and a very defensively more 4 Banelings there from Pig, but it's really not that far to get to the other side of the map, and he's building these guys up.
And sort of scouts it.
He
He
does. That's
scouts
a
everything.
great scout from Sortov. It's time to prepare your defenses, buddy. He has too many drones currently. Roach Warren gets put down
It's gonna be too
immediately.
late.
We'll see if he can hold this. He's already got a couple of Banelings, though. It's
Whoa.
already a good start to have those guys out.
I'm kind of afraid for sort of. Like, it all comes down to micro. If he gets a really great Baneling connection, I think it's good for sort of. But if he can't,
Whoa,
that
that's
was
a great
good one.
Baneling hit.
That was a great Baneling hit. And maybe he can hold on because of this.
Yeah, and if he does hold on, this is fantastic news for
Oh.
him. Pig is throwing units at him, but it's not working.
Right now, the defense is perfect from sort of.
Yeah, and the Roach Warren's almost finished as well, so he's going to be able to bring some Roaches into play. And more units are being made here by Pig, but this has not been a very good attack.
He should throw in all the Banelings on the cocoons before they hatch. Once again, just an amazing Baneling detonation. And he's gonna get, what, 3 drones out of this? This is not enough.
No, it's not. And he's, 8 drones behind right now.
Sort of.
Very good play by So he lost a couple of queens, which is going to hinder his progression when it comes to lava and production, but Starting to take a bit more damage now, though.
Yeah. For some reason, it's going way worse. But as I say, that another great baiting connection. It's starting to be a little bit worse now that he tried to build some roaches, so he got some more damage out of it, Pig that is, but still down. 10 drones, about 10 drones, no roach wire in sight.
Yeah.
But there's no drones on the gold for sort of, so the income for Pig is still slightly better than sort of. That's a good stat.
Yeah, but sort of is gonna fix that with a transfer drone to the gold.
To get 28 drones to 37. I guess Pig's just going to attack again.
Yep. A lot of roaches.
Yeah, a lot of roaches. Going to start rallying more units over. Oh, he starts drones. Oh, that's an interesting call. He's very far behind when it comes to drone count. Well, cheeky couple of grabs here. And a good scout too. Sees his opponent still droning, just with that little drone moving down. And another one.
I would argue that if Pig saw that earlier, he wouldn't have gone for the 9 more drones and just built in. Like,
yeah.
He might have had a window for opportunity right there, but now he's like, okay, maybe I climbed up in the drone count, and he actually perfectly did 42 drones a piece.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go into another kind of macro game, lair himself in the Evo chamber. I think the game is pretty close right there. 2 banelings for a drone.
Yeah, he's in the main base. He's had a lot of run
That is
buys. So +1 starts now for Pig. Well, I mean, who do you think's winning in this game then, Drogo, for your expert analysis?
Well, it's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be now. Like, Pig, with all of his little run by, is actually kind of back in this game. Like, the lead of sort of is quite minimal now.
He's back. He's back. Piggy! Piggy! Piggy boy! No, he's totally back. Like, he's gonna close in with the lair timing, and now we can start building roach speed.
Yeah.
And they've got the same number of hatcheries. They've got both a gold, and even the army supply is so close, 36 to 35, but sort of just droned like a madman. Like 2 seconds ago, it's 60 drones now.
Yeah, 60 to 49. He's always been slightly ahead when it comes to worker production and worker count. And now he's really starting to ramp out the units, and it's a good time to do so. Pig's still squeezing out a couple more drones. Will start his own unit count very shortly, and it's going to come down again to the numbers in the fight. And right now, heavily in favor of Sortov.
Yep. And Pig needs to build units, and he needs to do it really, really, really fast. Now that Zergling is just scouting the 4th base, that might be a little bit misleading for sort of like, oh, is he in that great of a spot? We've got a Zergling run by on the gold again. I don't think he got anything out of it.
I'm a little bit afraid that Pig is playing too greedy right now. He has a 4th base, he has a 2nd Evo chamber, switching armor.
Yeah, well, look at that. Like, Sortov is not moving.
But yeah, if Sortov doesn't do anything about it, then...
Like, he feels throthreatened by those counterattacks.
Did he see the Evo when he was overseer? Yeah, he saw double evolution chamber, so he should, be knowing that it's kind of expensive to do this. It's not that common anymore in Zerg vs. Zerg to get double upgrades at the same time.
Those 6 more drones. If they were roaches, I think Pig would be able to hold, but right now, 98 to 81. That's not that bad.
We have all the numbers and stuff and can see the game, but it's a little bit hard for both these players to judge exactly if he can take a fight or not.
Run by on the other goal. That's why Piggy Boy was just wondering where he should go, and he's gonna lose the 4th base. Really great move by Sortov.
Oh, retreating Corrosive Biles, and they land really well, and Sortov starting to take a lead in this game. Kills off quite a few, well, not quite a few, but 5 drones is a decent number. Maybe getting another one if he's lucky. Hashtag never lucky.
And I don't know, sort of just giving Pig a taste of his own medicine right there. Just going for the counter attack. Now canceling. That was a really quick cancel by Pig. But now he cannot really go onto the ramp. There's too many Ravagers.
Yeah. And this +1 attack or +1 armor is going to come into play eventually, but does he just get outnumbered in the middle of the map? We may have an engagement here, and we are going to see who's got bigger numbers. I'm not actually sure at the moment. Corrosive Bile's not landing for either side at this moment. We saw one get hit there, but it looks like Sortov starting to overpower and push through. Some great hits on the left-hand side with his Corrosive Biles. And this looks like Sortov, Funkers potentially tying this up for Sweden.
Yep, that's going to be a 1-1. Pig did really well in this game, but Sortov was just slightly ahead in every single compartment. And even the micro in the main battles was pretty nice. And I think Pig showed us that on on the counter-attack, the multitask side of things, he had stuff to show, but just the build orders and the drone timing and everything was slightly better for sort of, and that's a really well-deserved win for Sweden right there.
Yeah, so there's always going to be a close series, I think, between these two guys, and going to get Sweden's first win in NationWars 3 as well. Obviously, yesterday, both these teams getting ace, getting all killed. And here we go. Good games sure to come from these two nations, as we probably going to go all the way to the end, I would imagine. But GG's called. 1-1. 1-1.
And you know what? You remember yesterday, Sotar versus Laser?
Yeah.
I was actually really impressed by Sotar Micro in Circling Baneling, even though he had less units. Here, it was the same situation. Big took a greedy third base and the gold, then tried to just punish Sotar for it, but completely, it looked like Pig messed up a lot, but I think it was actually more Sotar microing very well. So he was able, because of that, to go back into the game.
All right, well, sort of gets to play again in a moment, and Australia are going to have to bring out another player. Who is it going to be to represent the Aussies?
I want to know the
Kangaroos. The map, mate, is Ruins of Ceres.
It's really dangerous to send Iagas on this one. I would argue NXZ once again.
Yeah?
And then you play Dust Tower if he loses.
Okay.
Ruins of Ceres is just a terrible TVZ map.
What's our expert think?
I agree with what you said.
Okay. Expert, please.
Good job, mate. Good job. Good job.
All right, so that's the way that our boys on the desk here think this is going to go. We'll see if it comes through. NXZ, I would like to see him get a win. I think he's a funny guy, actually. I kind of like his interviews from what we've seen.
Australia is just the the smiling team. Everybody on the picture is like,
yeah. The Aussies.
I just won a game.
The Aussies are funny.
And even Iagas, could have gotten a way better picture if we went that way. There was a great picture to be used, but we kept on using the one where he was smiling instead of flipping fingers.
Flipping fingers as Iagas does. Good morning to everyone in Australia. If you're tuning in, supporting your nation, thank you for waking up here. As it's what time is it? 8 p.m. local time here. It's probably getting closer to 8 a.m. where you're from. So good morning to you.
We checked it
beautiful
earlier.
Monday morning.
It's like 6.
Yeah, it's 6-ish now, I think. Ish.
I think ish.
Ish. Brisbane time.
Brisbane time.
5 a.m. in Brisbane right
Google
now.
is really, really nice to you. I mean, what you wrote was so far away from Brisbane time, but it worked anyways.
Yeah, it's a French keyboard. You guys with your letters in weird places. It's hard to use sometimes.
But you have to be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. We are going to be revealing the next player in a couple of moments. I'm going to come out of this because I don't want to be spoiled because I can see who's joining the lobby.
Yeah. Good thinking.
I think NXZ 2. I think you guys are spot on with that.
Well, it would show a lot of confidence if they launched Iagas, star player for Australia, against the star player of Sweden on a bad map.
Yeah, you don't want to risk
it. It's just too much to handle. And even Marine Lord said it yesterday when France was losing 3-2, when they decided who to revive. Marine Lord had the same way of thinking it. It was like, no way I get revived on Ruins of Ceres. I can play the last one. It was Urena, the 7th map, if we had to go there. And it was like, if it was 3-3, I would have been the one revived. But on this one, we'd rather have Lilbo just trying out.
Makes sense. Welcome to all viewers around the world as well. Do make sure to send in your pictures. We've been looking at quite a few of them over these last few days. It's actually kind of fun to see how you're watching and how you're enjoying your StarCraft evening. So do make sure to keep sending them in with the hashtag NW3, otherwise we can't find them.
Yeah.
That's why you have to do that.
And if you want to make fun of Apollo, just tweet pints of beers, bottles of vodka.
I'm not going to look at my phone.
No, I won't.
Always fun with your gaming crew. And everyone's a little bit nervous today. Of course, France playing a little bit later. After losing to Poland yesterday, they now have to compete against the winner of these two nations in front of us, Australia and Sweden. I know a lot of the team and production are nervous. Are you nervous for France, or are you fully confident? You should be confident.
I am fully confident.
Yeah, you should be confident. You should be able to win that.
Yeah, well,
stuff can happen. Mistakes and upsets happen in StarCraft.
Exactly.
Norway are already gone. You guys could be next.
Yeah,
just letting you
we did. Actually, I wanted to say something about that. When we see the video, the amazing format video, We see some really great footage from NationWars 2.
Yeah.
And just seeing Snoot, raising the trophy, this one actually.
This very trophy.
Okay? And just seeing that and seeing them losing was kind of sad to me. We lost them yesterday and the day before, sorry, but that was such a major upset. Sad.
Upsets can continue to happen here in Nation Wars. We've got some very strong countries that weren't in Nation Wars 1 and Nation Wars 2. And here we go. Who's it going to be?
NXZ.
NXZ. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to take a very quick break. Now we know who the player is going to be. When we return, we'll find out which nation's going to go up 2-1. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Nation Wars 3, Day 3, where we have some new guests here behind the casting desk. Of course, Litted in the middle, getting ready for his first cast of the day, and the man himself, Elkie.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing, OT?
How are you feeling?
Feeling good, but I kind of woke up with a headache, never lucky. I don't know why. So sick. But now I'm feeling much better.
I think being as dehydrated as you were, I don't think it has much to do with luck.
Yeah. I forgot to drink water, that was bad luck, but it's okay.
All right.
I'm good.
I always wondered all these years why you wear glasses, and now I know, after a night like this, I wish I had glasses.
One day we'll get away with it, Todd. We're getting ready to hop into the third game of this Nation Wars. So the score is 1-1. Sordov is going to go up against NXZ. Johan, I was a little surprised to see NXZ come out over here. I kind of expected Aigis.
Yeah, the thing is though, NXZ, he already showed in the qualifiers that in ZVZ he can be pretty good. So I don't know. I think keeping your ace as last, he always feels like your best player, you always send out first or last. And in this case, he's going to prove true once again because Aigis won't come as second player, which is fine, I think.
How's the ZVZ, Elkie? Are you ready for it?
I haven't played much. I don't play much there, right? But it's a good matchup now. It's better, I think. It's better in Legacy than it was before.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think there are less build order wins in the start of the game, which is very important. I'm ready. I'm going to let the players know that we're ready because I'm not sure what we're waiting for. I'm not the host, so I can start the game myself. NXZ is Grandmaster League on the North American server. Just took a look at his profile. He's hovering around rank 52. It's not bad, and especially considering the fact he's playing from Australia. Obviously, he has a little bit of latency.
He should be. Is he playing on Europe now, or is he playing
on NA? Because Sordov is from Europe.
What rank were you on NA recently?
Before I left, so before I gathered or accumulated my bonus pool, I was rank 55. But I've actually never played him, at least not as far as I know.
That's weird, actually.
Yeah, I know, because I have like 400 games. I'm total no life. So sick.
400 games, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, 400 games since the release. So much passion.
Yeah. Pretty good, actually.
NXZ has been dodging, or?
Yeah, I think he watches my stream, and at the moment he's offline, that I go offline, he's like, the coast is clear.
It's time to queue. Hit that button.
Alright, so we're loading into Runes of Ceres. Big game, of course, for both these nations. The winner of this nation will have to go up against France. That's a match that the entire gaming studio is very nervous for. For me, it's going to be pretty relaxed. I can be nervous next week when Holland plays. It's going to be sick.
Who does Holland play against?
Denmark first, and then I think we play the winner of maybe Mexico and one other nation. Not exactly sure about it. Either way, we're ready to kick off this game on the right top side. Representing Australia, it's NXZ. Our Zerg. Going up against a European Zerg brother representing Sveriga, Heya Sordov.
Why do they put like all the things for the ID instead of like writing his name?
Oh, you mean the barcode?
Yeah, what's the barcode
to stay stealth. Like you want to practice secretly, you don't want people to know who you are, so you play as a barcode so that like you're faceless and people are not collecting info and meta on you. But then you use it in a tournament one time and then everybody knows who you are. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have like one more ID, but production has got us covered. Look at this.
Can you change your ID?
Once every couple months. Sometimes Blizzard gives out a name change, but it's kind of weird because you were supposed to be able to buy a name change, but they never actually introduced that. So every now and then, every 6 months, Blizzard is like, hey, everybody has a free name change, and then some people will switch to a barcode, and some people actually switch back to a regular name.
Think about it. Imagine you played as a barcode on a poker website. Yeah, nobody can get info on you.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of drama actually because people were like buying account. And obviously, it's like very bad in poker because it's kind of cheating. Because like they say I play against 40 a lot, and then I know how you play, but then I come with a new idea and you don't know it's me. It's like really bad.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the same. Obviously, ladder is not that important, but we do see a couple of Zerglings. Pretty aggressive opening. We can talk about the game and talk about barcodes later. It's going to be a very aggressive opening over here for NXZ, but good news for sort of, again, he's kind of doing the same thing, even though he does have a hatchery more than halfway done, but he's only 2 drones more. He's getting his own bailing nest. He should be all right over here, right, Todd?
Yeah, if he manages properly here, what's going to hit him. And I mean, out of sort of, it's funny because like even going into the game, this is exactly the kind of game you'd expect from both of these guys. And Spine Crawler starting in the main.
Yeah, I think that's very smart because of course there is no Zergling speed on the way for our Swedish Zerg player. So he's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to choose wisely as well. When does he want to go to the low ground? Does he want to keep this hatchery alive? There's no hatchery going up yet on the other side of the map. So even if he ends up losing this hatch, that's not necessarily game over. But
he won't.
Yeah. I don't think he should lose it either. He's going to have banelings very quickly, not too much later. NXZ, I think additional queens would be extremely useful.
I don't think you can commit to this. Both players going to have baneling, like in defense, is just ideal. Like killing this hatchery would take forever, and by this time there's going to be a spine there in position.
2 Banes are going to try to wiggle up that ramp. It's very risky because he has no idea what's waiting for him on the top side of the ramp. NXZ does want to commit to this though, Todd. He wants to kill the hatchery. If he doesn't kill it, he's going to be quite far behind economically. 1 Baneling gets picked off immediately. Good micro.
You gotta run past everything.
Yeah, but I think it's alright. There's a Baneling there as well. I don't think that NXZ is going to kill a whole lot here. These links are super trapped. Wow, good hold so far, man. Excellent hold by Sorov.
Yeah, easy here. Really, it looked a little bit scary at first when the links ran past, but realistically against Queen and Banelings, you can't really do much.
Nope, Sorov handled that so well, stayed calm, stayed very composed, morphed his own Banes and defended it without even having Link speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see him drop a Roach Warren before he even gets Link speed. Maybe he just doesn't want to get it. This hatchery is going to be a little later, which means that Sorov has access to a lot more larvae. He's going to get a nice economic lead for himself and is also actually up in army supply, so he can apply some counter pressure and force out a few more links from NXZ.
Elky, how are you enjoying this match? You're very silent.
It's fun to watch, it's fun to watch. Yeah,
has nothing to do with the small headache he has.
Yeah, nothing to do.
Oh, 1 more Baneling would be extremely good there for
It's like super hard to micro Zerglings against Banelings.
Yeah, especially when it's well, like early game when there's not too much chaos. Like in this situation, it's not that hard. Both players just trading, but when speed kicks in and the other player is like actively trying to pick off your links, that's when it gets very tricky. But when it's just slow Zerglings, I think it's doable.
Trying to get a scout without speed is going to be tricky, as this gets shut down. It's 35 drones for sort of, 29 for NXZ, so sort of definitely with a nice lead here in this game. And Lair started about the same time. Evo already for sort of though, for some upgrades.
Maybe some Baneling drops later, guys. I want to see a speed Bane drop.
Actually, I don't know about speed, but 2 Banes drop in the main if there is nothing to spot it. Could be so good on this map.
Yeah, I meant Overlord speed, not rolling Banes.
Okay.
I don't know why I said speed.
You scared me for a sec.
Yeah.
Or even without speed, if you have the Overlord in place, you just morph it.
It's relatively fast, but they're not super fast though.
A nurture style elevator.
Yeah, that was so smooth yesterday how he did it. It just all looked like
get in and then get out.
Yeah, it looked like it was going automatic. It was very nice. Roach Warren going down and third hatchery going down for sort of as well. A Spine Crawler goes up for NXZ, which gives me the idea that he wants to go for good old Mutalisk because he's also mining off 4 extractors. Maybe I'm wrong, but no, there we do see that Spire go down. That makes sense. I think this is the problem with these positions though, is that if sort of gets some anti-air or if he picks up on this, he can make a bunch of roaches and the rush distance from the natural to sort of to the natural of NXZ is really not that far. So the moment speed is ready, I think it's going to be very tricky for NXZ to go up to 3 bases. Maybe a hidden base in the left up side of the map or something is not too far-fetched. Or you can just make a Nidus.
And kill him. Even though he's going for a 3rd base sort of right now, it's almost as if he knows. Like, because if his opponent was going roaches, like there would be a lot less of a chance for this to work. Remember that Nidus in Legacy of the Void has changed, hasn't it, Roddy?
Yep, they're pretty strong right now. You can't kill the Nidus while it's morphing. Of course, you can kill it as soon as it's up.
But Queens won't let you.
Exactly, the Queens are always the first thing that pop out.
You knew that?
Yeah, I know that actually. I got cheesed by Coca in the OGSL.
By Coca?
By Coca.
Ah, Coca. He played Zerg against you?
Yeah, when you forced him to play random and he went for like a Nidus and like a Roach.
Okay, the Overlord does spot it immediately, but I think that NXZ knows as well. He doesn't have any DPS to deal with this. He only has 19 supply. He's making a lot of links and a couple of Mutalisks, but as soon as the Queens pop out, as soon as the Roach are going to pop out, I think this is going to be a very, very difficult hold for the Australian Zerg. I'd be extremely impressed if he somehow, some way manages to defend this. A drone coming as well, maybe more for Spore Crawler. That would be very smart. Yeah, he's gonna more Spores and Sprites. Ah, sick play. I love this.
Yeah, Banings on the ground as well to help against any amount of Zerglings, which right now is anything that NXZ can get on the ground. And with just the very few mutas that he's got in the air, it's just not going to be enough.
No, there's plenty of energy to transfuse Roaches as well if he needs to. A couple of Bangs will get reasonable connections, but this doesn't really kill anything. It does damage, sure, but it just doesn't kill. And just like that, it's going to be GG, sort of. Making the Swedes proud around the world.
Yeah, remember sort of. Not even somebody that was supposed to play here. He's replacing Zenster and is proving his worth here already.
Oh, why isn't Zenster playing?
He was traveling from ISF. He went to Korea, which was a multi-game tournament. Very weird, because they had a Starcraft tournament, but just winning the Starcraft tournament wouldn't give you anything. It depends on how well your fellow country buddies do in FIFA and Street Fighter and stuff, and then overall, like, one nation wins. It's a little bit weird, but he went to that tournament. I think Zenster did quite well, maybe semi-finals or quarterfinals.
Who won the whole thing?
I have actually no idea. I know that Beastie lost in the quarterfinals. I mean, we can look it up real quick, but it was kind of a weird tournament. Either way, Zenster just came home. He is watching though, so shout out to Anton, and I'm sure that he's proud of, sort of so far, his Zerg brother, doing the Swedes.
Yeah, sort of played really well. It feels like he was always in control of this game. Just like
it's just a good opening by him. I think it's like a relatively safe opening, and also going for the Bay Nest before getting his own Zergling speed.
This is how you watch NationWars. Go Australia.
Hey,
are you thirsty, Elki?
And it's like 4. It's like 4 or 5 a.m. If this guy is actually from Australia, then he's a sick degen because he wakes up and he's drinking like 20 cans.
Probably don't sleep. It's probably easier not to sleep.
Yeah, I guess.
Watching with his army.
Oh, sick army.
Not quite the Roddy army, but it's a pretty cool one as well. Android coding, Kofi, and NationWars 3.
Where's the baguette? Where's the baguette?
Cyril won. Cyril made it to the finals and he won the tournament in ISF. Beat Jeshi.
So many people have projectors. I'm so jelly.
Hey, this is Incontrol's really into that. It kind of looked like Warhammer. Cooperating with NationWars, attention multi has split between 2 monitors. A little co-op. These co-op missions are super fun, actually. Have you played them?
I need to play them. No, I haven't played them. I kind of don't want to play with Jenny because.
No chance she's watching, right?
No, no chance she's watching. But the problem is like a rebroadcast, so she might.
Would you have said it? If
yeah, of course, even more so. Do you play them, OT? The
yeah, I actually played with Tracy a little bit. Michael, it was alright. It's not bad. It's pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed more than Arkham mode.
Yeah?
Arkham mode, the Jimmys get rustled a little bit. Of course, only 1 player is left for Australia, so that means that Igus, the star player from Aussie, will come out. He is going to play on Dusk Towers against Sort of. So it's going to be a TVZ. This should be a really good match. I'm very curious because a lot of
TVZ,
people...
nice.
Yeah. A lot of people think that Igus is extremely good, and I think he's good as well because he's been posting great results in WCS. But Sort of is one of those, I would almost call him a sleeping giant in the European scene. Like, he has potential, and if he brings it all out, I think Sort of...
We've said that for a long time, though.
Yeah, no, it's been up and down. I mean, he was... you remember NESL Season 4? He was one of the only 2 Europeans that made it to the top 8.
Actually, there was a DreamHack he made top 4, Stockholm, when NationWars lost in finals to Linux, which was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was a great finals.
Are you familiar with Igus, Elki?
No, I'm not. Never.
He's a guy who flicked somebody off once before. Yeah, or was it before or after playing it? Well, he flicked somebody else on the broadcast anyway.
Oh,
pretty sick, yeah. Anyway, starting on the top left-hand side of the map here, playing as the Blue Zerg, it is of course Sort of.
Jak Elsker, Sveriga. Right, Todd?
Chena. And his opponents, starting on bottom right-hand side. Yes, Coca, I'm trying to hurry. Playing for Australia, it is Igus. He couldn't wait anymore.
Terran, finally Terran. There's not many Terrans, huh?
No, mostly Zergs in NationWars Season 3 so far. Zerg is a pretty good race. It's like starting with aces against jacks.
That's pretty hard, yeah.
Well, that's how we all feel right now, playing against Zerg. Nah. It's definitely not that bad. Commentator the first going down the left bottom side for I guess. Sort of is going hedge first as well, but he's going for a drone scout, wants to make sure that he's not getting surprised. If Sort of wins this, man, he's putting Sweden in an absolutely phenomenal position. And I think he's quite pleased with this map as well. I think this is a very fair map. I think Dust Towers and Orbital Shipyards are considered to be the two most quote-unquote normal and fair maps in the current map pool.
Well, what do you think about TVZ from your experience, LK?
It's hard to like they have like this like Zergling speed and Roach Ravager timing. It's kind of hard to hold it off. It feels like it's yeah. It's
that's the only thing you struggle against when you play Zerg,
or
like
Ultra Risk are tough too when they. Like if you don't like do enough damage when the Ultralis comes, it's just like really hard.
Hey, I think that drone wants to go back.
Actually, it feels like they have a lot of stuff. They can also like go with like Mutalisk, Baneling. It's like it seems like they have a lot of options.
How do you like actually the income and like mineral change? It feels closer to Brood War now than
it's better.
Before,
I think it's really good. It's like it makes the game faster, and also you really have to expand. You can't just like toss it up and like.
I tuned into some of your games in OGSL, the casters tournament here, and you had the entire map.
I was playing like Brood War style, yeah.
I could tell the Brood War experience was there, like to help with the macro and stuff.
But yeah, it's like it's much better, I think, because you have to expand more, so you have to like open up and you have to cover more of the map. So it's like it's less gonna be like one big army against one big army. It can be like a lot of skirmishes and like walk-in and like counter attacks, and so it's pretty good.
Who do you guys think is a better opponent to face for France?
Oh, Australia by far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're more worried about Sweden?
They 4-0'd them yesterday. Yeah,
so you're more worried about Sweden than Australia, but you thought Australia was going to beat Sweden. Explain.
No, that was wishful thinking. My predictions are always a mix of what I'd like to see and, yeah, a little bit of everything. Not necessarily who I think is going to win, because I'm no try-hard like you.
Mines, right?
Yeah, maybe just a safety mine, maybe just one.
Yeah, we've seen Widowmine drop against Zerg occasionally because like it's so unexpected that you, a lot of the time you're not going to have a Spore and you certainly are not going to have an Overseer on time. So it can do quite a bit.
Yeah, the thing is though, I feel it's so much less effective than it is against probes because probes take extra damage and you know, drones, even if the Widowmine drop is really sick, then I feel like you get 3, 4, 5 drones max. So I don't think it's totally worth it. It seems more like a safety mine that's going to help out against an early Roach Pressure or Roach Ravager and random stuff like that.
And no Medivac actually. What does he get?
Maybe a
double Liberator?
No, that would be really sick. Well, he's getting one. Yeah,
one Liberator, one Medivac.
Yeah,
okay.
That seems sick.
So Widowmine drop to kill a few drones, one Liberator to clear some of these mineral lines. Iagus. It looks like a pretty nice build here so far.
I'm not even sure if he's going to drop the mine. I think he might keep it at home. Because it's going to complicate
things. That was the Medivac for Marines?
Yeah. Maybe both.
A cheeky tank.
Or tank, Liberator and tank. That would actually be very sick. But this Medivac is going to pop quite a bit before the tank, so I guess that's not going to happen. Maybe he will pick everything up and try to see if he can do a little bit of economic damage. He's going to pick up all the Marines. It actually seems like a pretty streamlined build over here for Igus.
Yeah. Everything's lining up very well. You like it, LK?
Yeah, I really like it. It's cool.
You're going to use this next time against Coca to beat his Nidus and cheese?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it actually. I need to get more Beloaded. I need to get Refinement Beloaded because I can just like play freestyle, you know? I just do stuff, but they're not really like... timing wise, I'm not very good.
Whenever you just freestyle, you have the most entertaining games though. It's just like the Wild Wild West and every game is super unique. That's kind of fun. We'll see how much damage Igus is able to do over here. As that Liberator is going to try to get into position. Good position there on the Spore Crawler is going to make it hard. And he can always reposition that very quickly. Nope, nope, nope. That's not where you want to use your Liberation Zone. Okay, well.
Here we go.
Oh, Ravager shots getting a couple of decent hits immediately, but the Liberator will still be able to get
It's gonna die. Yeah. Boom.
Well, 2 drones is not good enough. Widowmine. 1 drone.
That was bad, actually. He didn't do nearly as much as I thought he would. Spores were ready on time everywhere. This is being pushed back here quite easily.
But I mean, he didn't really like invest that much either. That was kind of a small...
Yeah, but the follow-up is going to be quite late. I think that's the one thing that I'm a little bit worried for Igus, is that it's going to take a while before his production truly kicks in. Maybe that's why he's going for the siege tanks. He realizes that with this opening, he's not going to have a lot of Marines and Marauders early on, so the tanks are supposed to keep him safe against a potential counter attack from sort of.
The fact that you can move tanks with Medivacs just makes them seem so much more viable, like in almost any situation, where before they weren't nearly as good.
Except against Protoss, it's just sucks.
I don't know. I feel like there's a few situations, like some 2-base all-ins with like some tanks and medivacs can be good. Especially with the new overcharge, actually.
There was like a 1 week period on ladder where people were really fond of the 1-base all-in against Protoss with like Liberators and Siege tanks. But I think people stopped doing it already. They realized that Photon overcharge is too good. Even if you lose a pylon, just wipe in another one, another one, another one. So 1-1 upgrades already done for sort of. They're almost lining up for Aegis. I guess Aegis is going to move out maybe as soon as he has 1-1 upgrades. Combat Shield is starting right now. I do feel like if you make this many tanks, you want to apply some sort of pressure, right? You want to try to see if you can do something about that 4th base with the circles. If you let a player like sort of just go completely uncontested up to 4 bases, I think you start playing with fire, especially with those 2-2 upgrades on the way, Infestation Pit going down. I mean, Elke, you've said it before. When Ultras show up, most Terrans have a pretty bad time.
Yeah,
right?
it's really tough. It's very tough. If you like kind of an even ground, or even if you have a little bit advantage and Ultra shows up, it's really hard. For artists, it's very hard for me. I don't really know how to do it.
Yeah, we saw a sick game yesterday between Nurcho and Marine Lord, where Marine Lord was having like a couple of decent trades, but then the moment it's 5, 6, 7 Ultras. Ooh.
Dodge the bullet right there.
Ravagers are actually super fun to use. Have you played around with them a little bit, Todd?
No, I played against them and it was enough to feel the pain.
It's very fun.
Yeah, they're very strong against the Liberators because you can just like kill like 4 shots. So it's
I've lost like some game with like Mothership and carriers and stuff against a composition that had a bunch of Ravagers in it. I was like, are you kidding me?
Mothership.
It's cheap. Yeah.
Nobody makes a Mothership, right? Why?
The big one? It's very expensive and it takes a long time, but sometimes you see it. If Froze has like 5 base, you're gonna see it. Try to land one of these corrosive balls. So I guess is
Oh, there's gonna be a counter link run by though.
Actually, that's going to do a lot of damage on a single bunker is here. He will be able to raise the depots, but there are a lot of SCVs on the low ground that are going to be very, very exposed. I think he could have gone into middle line, or maybe he just wants to pull Aegis back. I guess either way, this was pretty successful.
Yeah, bought him some time as well.
It's going to allow the upgrades to probably finish up, so if he can take a fight with 2-2, that should make him a lot more happy.
Infestor is going to be massive as well against this army, because if Aegis steps on creep, he could get his entire army fungled pretty much instantly.
As our observer is showing us, Aegis actually didn't start +2 armor, which is a little weird when you have double eBay. Maybe you just forgot about it. Maybe you queued up the upgrades by accident.
Okay, I feel like the siege tanks are going to be very important here.
I feel like they're going to get demolished. Like 6-7 infestors, 2-2 upgrades.
Here we go.
A couple of Ravagers as well. Banings will connect.
Lands at the front, so Aegis can't pull back and does the bite. But Ultra this cavern is down the way.
Yeah, but there's like nothing keeping these tanks safe on the low ground. That is actually very well done there by Aegis, putting the tanks on the high ground. But there's so many units in production right now that I think this Terran army is going to get absolutely swarmed with Ravagers over here as well. Infest is kind of A-moved into the army. We'll lose a couple of them, but in the end, sort of is going to clean this up without really taking any major losses.
There you go, Lings, Roaches, Ravager, and Infestors. That's all you need, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's really annoying composition, actually.
I think the creep helped a lot, made it a lot harder for Aegis to truly commit to
Swarm host!
The accidental Swarm host. We all love him.
Oh, Medivac gets blown up with a siege tank inside.
Yeah, that's bad. It's actually very bad.
And he redropped in that 4th base, but I guess this is being defended.
It's going to be really hard for the Australian player now, I think.
Let's see if +2 armor starts immediately for Aegis, then we know that he actually queued up the upgrades by accident. But this is going to be very bad because he's a full upgrade behind from this point on. First Ultras are already on the way. I really want to give a big shout out to the way that sort of used his static defenses early on in this game. I really think that made his life so much easier against his pretty aggressive opening. First Ultras out. Good luck and fun, guys. It's going to get very rough. Aegis
some nice kiting. Actually, and repositioning of the army. Here we go. Is there any fungal? Oh, big fungal and Bile hits at the same time. And it looks like Aegis is pushing and doing quite a bit of damage here before there is a significant amount of Ultras.
I mean, he needs to kill the hatchery though, and I don't think he's going to be able to get it. There's one more fungal will land. Plenty of Zerglings are in production. The drop got shut down in the main base, and all that sort of really needs is 1 or 2 Ultras. There's no 4th command center either for Aegis, who's now down 20 supply, and that's why he will tap out. GG. Sort of. Our Swedish Zerg brings Sweden up 3-1 match points now. Very well done by him.
Yeah, doing really well. And sadly, Terran didn't provide
sad man.
the sufficient performance.
Feels bad, man. he quit kind of fast too.
Yeah, but he was.
I mean, he was way behind, but you can
maybe he could have tried to
float over the main,
drop all over the place, and then flown his main to the 4th.
It's very difficult though to drop a Zerg that has like 2 spores pretty much in every single base. I think the spores makes sort of his life so much easier in playing against those drops. He had a macro hatchery as well. He had very good upgrades on the links. So Sweden goes up 3-1, sort of showing the world that he's a very worthy replacement of Anton, also known as Zanster. The Swedish Zergs are on the rise again. Hey Pro spirit is still reigning strong in good old Sweden.
Banjo.
the
Banjo himself.
The original Banjo. A little tweet from Wake, sort of be like Swarie. I'm not sure what hashtag Swarie is, but my Swedish is, well, it's not that good. I won't send you into town.
Oh my God.
So here's me at least trying to pay you back.
Look at it, it's beautiful behind the Eiffel Tower and the fireworks.
I would love to see you with a mustache like that, Todd.
I think when I grow any kind of facial hair, it looks awful, so I don't think you would.
Family's sick and this is how we roll. Well, hope everybody gets better as quick as possible. Hopefully this NationWars broadcast helps a little bit. Studying, but I can't stay away. Sadly, Promoro is out, but sort of is doing the comeback. Sort of has almost completed the full comeback. They're in the lead right now, so can we even still call it a comeback, guys? It's more than that. No, I'm getting a little love from my Dutchies. That's awesome. Make sure to tune in next Thursday. That's when you can truly go nuts for our other Dutchies as Harstem, Jona, and Uterma will try to make the Dutch proud. And I am very confident that they will. I think it's a good lineup. I actually have a lot of faith in the Dutch team.
Kinda lacks Roddy, but
I'm there in spirits. I did ask them, by the way. Like a lot of people were asking me, like, Roddy, why didn't you sign up for NationWars? I asked the boys. Like, I would love to play. I think it would be a huge honor, and B, it would be super fun. But I know that those guys and Red, that they're clearly better than me. So I asked them, it's like, hey, are you all guys all gonna sign up? Because if those guys won't sign up, like then I will apply. But I was afraid that if I would sign up myself, then people would vote me in, because they like me as a caster. But I don't want to make the chances worse of my nation just by trying to boost my own ego. So I like, yeah, I'm gonna play. So I was like, okay, then I'll just be the unofficial captain of the team.
That's very honorable.
You should be the coach.
Yeah.
Like fetch them sandwiches.
Oh man, if they make it to the semifinals, I'm gonna be the water boy, guys. Like I'm gonna bring them cheese, I'm gonna bring them wooden shoes and tulips every day to make sure that they're feeling great. A little bit of water here and there.
Take them to the coffee shop.
Let's not talk about that. Larinac Crest is going to be the final map over. Well, not necessarily the final map, but that's going to be the map on which Australia now is going to try to make the comeback. Within 15 seconds, we will know who's going to be the final player. I already know who it is, but Elke, I'll let you guess.
I didn't see.
I already seen too. So
yeah, you saw?
Yeah.
I didn't see. Iagus, Pig, or NXZ, I think. Iagus.
I would have thought the same thing.
Maybe Pig?
Maybe. It is going to be Piggy.
Piggy boy. It starts now.
Well, ZVZ. Thinking about it, so if Pig would win this one, like obviously Pig has quite a bit of work to do. If he would win this ZVZ, then he's going to have to play one more ZVZ against Mini Razor. But I think sort of is slightly better right now than Mini Razor. So that would be doable. But then in the final match, they would most likely revive sort of if we would somehow get to 3-3.
Yeah.
So basically Pig is saying right now, I want to win 3 ZVZs in a row.
I feel like I don't know what was said for them when they decided this, but I feel like I almost know. It's like they were like, "Hey, I guess you're the best player of the team. You go." And he's like, "No, fuck TVZ. I'm fucking done. Peace, guys. Good luck." And the Pig's like, "God damn it. I guess I'll go."
You know, that's very funny because I was exactly thinking about it as well. I was like, I guess probably doesn't want to play because he thinks Zerg's bullshit. So he's like, Pig, I wish you best of luck, buddy. And then Pig is like, oh, come on, man. It was already back in bed. He was like below the blankets again. He's like, oh, I guess. Now he had to get out of bed, put his tank top on. He's like, God damn it. All right, so we're getting ready. As soon as the players are ready, we are ready. Oh, wait, do we have a small break? Because we already had 2 maps, right? All right, so guys, we're going to build up the suspense a little bit. We're going to head over to a very small break. And after that, we'll be back with the 5th game between Australia and Sweden. Stay tuned. You're watching NationWars 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to NationWars 3! Woo! Time to get into the next game.
Man, I thought since I have your chair, I was going to do the opening over here.
You should have.
Yeah, I was ready.
Is this mine?
You
Is this yours?
You just go right off.
Oh, that's mine. I want to play with that. Where's yours? You got a box down there somewhere too? That's mine now. Go ahead, Roddy.
No. Like I'm lost for words right now. I'm pre-programmed.
According to Elkie, I can't open or close. So,
Well, back-to-back Sean would disagree with that statement.
Back-to-back Sean would disagree. Elkie, I'll have you know, you're a Triple Crown winner in poker. I'm a Triple Crown winner somewhere else. So sick, he's so sick.
All right, we're getting ready to hop into Larry Crest, my favorite map of the current map pool.
And you like this one?
No, I was said with a lot of sarcasm.
Oh,
I don't really hate on maps in general. I play all of them. But one of the other nights I did get very tilted, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to veto a map for the first time in 2 years of ladder. I never veto normally, but
I don't. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Pig.
I don't know what's going on with Pig.
This is Drogo's favorite map.
Yes.
You actually said that it's almost unlosable in PvT. Why? Because of War Prism arrest?
What? Well, when did I say that?
I think you said it 2 days ago.
Unlosable is not a word I use often. So in what matchup?
I may actually go through the VODs right now.
Oh,
and see and then see what you said.
Now, if you play Protoss and you play on this map, November the matchup, it's not gonna be that easy.
I could swear that you said it was good for Protoss against Terran. And you said against Zerg you don't really like it that much, but you had a build.
But no one knows the build.
Well, no one knows the build. All right, we're ready to hop into this game. On the left bottom side of Larry Crest, we're looking at the main base of the man who has to do it for his nation. It is Pig. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
There we go. That is much needed. On the right bottom side, our Swedish Zerg player that shows he's a very worthy replacement of Zenster. It is a sort of.
Rotti, you're the only one to say Sweden was going to win.
Yep.
You're spot on with your prognostics.
I'm back-to-back in right predictions. You're back-to-back in something else, Sean.
That's right, man. Back-to-back. For life, man.
Actually,
what is Elkie's? Elkie's so funny.
Hatchery going down on the low ground. Well, obviously not in the main base. It's going to be hatch first. That's what I tried to say. For Pig over here on the left bottom side. Well, sort of is the one going for the relatively aggressive opening this time. And looking at how far away, the hatchery is on the low ground, it's going to be kind of hard to just put a couple queens on the ramp and protect that hatchery, right? I think this is a good opening for sort of.
Yeah, he's going to have to build a spy in immediately. This is not easy to deal with these types of attacks. That's why they're so common. But Pig has decided to open up. He's kind of a greedy player, to be honest, Pig.
It's greedy, man.
He's a greedy guy. And now he's going to...
Well, he's dropping another hatchery. Pig, what are you doing? He's just convinced that sort of is not going to be aggressive over here, but the opposite is true. And Pig, well, he does have gas on the way, so that's like the only thing he sort of has going for himself. Sort of, haha. He can drop a defensive bailing nest, but I think Pig is in a lot of trouble already. I think he has to cancel that second hatchery. Yeah, that's what he immediately does. And even then, it's going to be a tricky hold, man. Spinecrawler is going down, though.
Well, Drogo, what do you think?
I think that sort of is like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
But he didn't really get fooled though, he won.
Yeah, this is not gonna happen. Pig's trying the same trick twice in a row, but sort of picked up on it with a really aggressive opening. He's gonna kill the hatchery, and from now on it's gonna be really hard for Pig to do anything.
Yeah, it's gonna lose that, and as Drogo says, it's a very difficult position to play from, especially because he has his own second base on its way now. He's droning up towards it. He's not over-committing to this at all.
Yeah, what is Pig going to do? He doesn't have Zergling speed. He might start it now, but it's going to be so incredibly late.
And he can't really expand again until creeps down there almost, you'd feel. This is...
I guess as soon as he has 2 or 3 defensive banelings, then I think he can expand again. But that hatchery is going to be up and running for sort of already. So
it's a great start. And this could be the end of Australia in NationWars 3. It's a little bit sad to say that now, thinking about it, but...
They fought hard to get where they are. They went through the qualifiers, had a pretty good run there. And I know a lot of the Australian fans are pretty fanatic. I always love seeing the Australians cheer for each other.
Yeah.
I feel it's like with a lot of genuine passion.
All right, well, here we do have the hatchery placed down. They do have a lot of passion, the Aussies.
They needed Fenner, man. If only they had Fenner.
If only they had Fenner.
Wow.
Yeah, dancing with fire. Playing with fire, even.
It's so hard for Pig right now to figure out what is the right way to do for him. He's or what's the right thing to do for him. He's 5 workers down. He has much later Zergling speed. His hatchery is going to be extremely delayed, which means he has less larvae to work with. And even if he would catch up in the workers, he can't even use them right now. He can't saturate that base yet because it's not done. To make things even worse, he's going to lose 1 more Overlord. And this is just starting to look very, very rough for our fellow caster.
Yeah, this is our fellow caster. Yeah, it's not looking good at all for him. And what do you do in this position? You just try to play catch up, I guess.
The last time things had looked this rough for Pig was on a certain Friday morning in Guangzhou. Shenzhen, sorry.
Yeah.
Things haven't been that rough for Pig ever since.
And now he even have. I mean, look, he's still not even finished with the hatchery.
He's 15 drones down.
Ugh. Well, that wasn't a pig growl. That was just a difficult spot growl to be in. And Roach One coming down for Sortov. He's just in such a good leader. Rumbai is going to come but not do anything.
I mean, Pig knows that he's in a very desperate position right now, and desperate times call for desperate measures. So just drop one more hatchery and see if you can somehow get away with it and try to establish, an economic lead in the far future. But sort of is also going up to 3 bases, so that hatch maybe 20-30 seconds later.
Yeah.
Now actually those were bailings from sort of. I really have no idea, man. It's just such a rough spot to play from. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but sometimes there's just no right. Oh my! He lost too many bailings there. I think like 2 or 3 bailings going down as well. This would be a massive pickup, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get it. But I feel right now he should almost just sacrificing the links makes no sense because he wouldn't be able to get it.
Yeah, this. I don't know what to do, mate. Not sure what to do.
Squeeze in a couple of bailings that can connect with a drone line. If he blows up 10 drones, then we've got a game on our hands again. But it's going to be tricky.
Type of move though, and it's so difficult to pull it off. Sortov's not going to allow anything so simple to happen.
What would you bet on, Drogo? Kill the third base or try to kill drones? Because you need to do something.
Like force Zergling in the third base to distract him and run by with 2 banelings in the mineral line, and maybe.
Also, Sortov's got lings on his opponent's third too.
He's actually doing what Pig is trying to do, but not that many. We'll see if Pig is going to be able to make some magic happen over here. That hatchery is trying to run a little low, but with 2 queens over here and still plenty of Zerglings, sort of is going to be able to keep that hatch alive as well. And Suivez Zerg, man, he's played great. Like all of these games, other than the one against Igus, I guess, have been relatively one-sided, just very decisive victories.
There is a chance where we see Sortov over drone, perhaps.
Yeah, he doesn't have to drone anymore, that's for sure.
No, that's the problem. He doesn't have to at all.
But even if, like, I feel with the amount of hatcheries that he has, by the time that he sees his attack coming from Pig, he can just squeeze out. He's still making drones, like he doesn't.
Yeah.
He should stop right now.
Alright, well, a couple of Ravages have been morphed here for Pig. He's got to still find a way back in. Moves like this can get him slowly back in. A Queen Snipe's big, the drones is big.
That's very nice, actually. This is an awesome play here by Pig. He's creating a lot with very little, and that's very impressive. Like, it's easy to be impressive when you're miles ahead in a game. You can just start dropping everywhere. You can just go for run-bys. But Pig right now is just running around with the absolute bare minimum of units that he can afford. And he's actually getting some value out of them. He's only 7 workers down now. He's only down a little bit in army supply. Very impressive last 2-3 minutes by Pig.
Yep. And still more value to be extracted from the links. He's got 4 up north.
Do you understand why sort of took his third base over here at 3 o'clock? It feels like it's a lot harder to defend. You need so much map vision on the left top side of the map, in the middle of the map all the time to be able to protect your drones. While if you would have just dropped it here, you knock down the rocks and you're safe.
What do you think, Drogo?
I don't know. Like, he's expanding away from his opponent, so in general defense is going to be easier like this, I feel like.
Nah. Look at all the open space that is on the top side of the map. I think it's a lot harder. Like, it's easier to maybe keep the hatchery alive because you're going to have more time, but it's a lot harder to protect your drones and stuff.
I have no clue, dude. Like, sort of, he's a mechanical monster, he's a beast, and if he takes third here in this station, I trust in him.
Well, I mean, this attack is starting to look pretty damn good because sort of is suddenly up again 30-40 army supply.
He's got double the amount of roaches. It's been a very one-sided game here just because of the opening. And, 8 minutes later, it's still looking like that as much as Pig's tried to crawl his way back into it. Looks like Sortov is going to be able to take out Australia and find himself up against France in the next match.
Yeah, Suivez Zerg was just too far ahead after a great start where he forced to cancel one of the heads, he picked up the other head. Zergling speed was late. And GG!
And fortunately, Australia is eliminated from NationWars 3.
I thought about doing that, but like sometimes I feel really bad about doing something to a nation's flag. I feel it's like kind of the holy thing that you shouldn't do.
Would you consider this acceptable then?
Yeah, I think that like knocking a flag over goes a little far. I mean, what's next? We're gonna get a lighter and burn it?
Get your lighter out, Ronnie.
No. Alright, so 4-1 victory for Sweden. It's all sort of another all kill in NationWars Season 3. impressive performance by him, man.
Yeah, he looked great today. Really good, and hopefully, he can continue to perform in the next match, which is the important one.
Hopefully.
I don't want it to be one-sided. I want it to be close.
No. That's an awesome picture. I don't know who that is on top of a moose, but I like it.
Yeah.
Geese. Moose. Nothing fancy, just pure comfort setup for #NationWars3.
Albatross.
Well, hello there, Albatross.
Hello. #Lazy Sunday.
Tasty Coca-Cola beverage plus chocolate. It's a good Sunday. That sounds like an amazing Sunday.
That sounds
already
like a
had
good Sunday.
one of those two things.
Which one?
The Coke.
Okay. Watching NationWars 3 great games and casters. Johan Miller, Rotti, and Elke. That was before. Thanks for sending in your
I get
tweets.
way too much pleasure out of just looking at a bunch of TV screens around the world. I don't know why, but I find it very interesting.
Cool.
It's just fun to see. Normally we only see our side, and now we actually see how people see us. Yeah, I think it's great.
Keep them coming. NationWars 3. Here's the results so far of Group B, where we had Poland go through first place yesterday and eliminating France, pushing them down to the lower bracket. And that means one final game to go. And France is playing against Sweden.
I still felt the energy level was a little higher yesterday in this studio than it currently is.
It's because everyone's hungover.
Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. Funk is making some noises, that's all right. Maybe the probe is going to make some noise as well. Yeah, he's feeling it too. So we're getting ready. I think it should be a great match. Yeah. I am a little bit worried. I kind of think right now, and we can take a look at the predictions of this NationWars. I feel like this is becoming a very familiar sight, but that might just be me.
What, me?
I was off by one map, though. I'd be a little critical of myself.
Me and Moman always sticking together.
That the rest of the team sucks when I was off by one maps, and I'm still 3 maps better than any other prediction.
Yeah. We were pretty bad with picking that one, and I think the France one's going to be completely wrong as well. No, actually, I think everyone's going to pick France and they should win. Are you going to pick Sweden?
No, I am going to pick France.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be rather tricky, because sort of is a very dangerous opponent, I think, for Team France, for anyone on that team. And then I also think Moro, his Protoss, I love Stefan, but I do think it still needs a little bit of work. But I think maybe in a PvP something crazy could happen. If you use Moro well, I believe he can be of value for this Swedish team. Yeah. And then Mini Race is a little bit of a wild card for me. I don't know how much he's been playing lately. I'm not that close with him. Even though I do think he's a great guy every time I meet him. I think he's a very pleasant person. But it's going to be tricky. France is the favorite, though. But I just hope for a very close. I want to see them sweat here a little bit in the studio. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a Marine Lord 4-0 sweep, even though it would be great for Alexei. I want to see them get a little nervous here, and then, if they win, they win. If they lose, well, then I'm happy for the Swedish people.
Yeah? You think so too? You agree
I
with
think this is going to be 4-0.
4-0?
Yes.
By who?
Marine Lord?
Marine Lord, Lilbao?
I know where they're going to send first, so
okay,
I'm not going to spoil it.
I think I know then as well. Because knowing how Protoss biased he is, and the only 4-0 he would predict, it can be anyone else other than that man.
Yeah, it's going to be Lilbo. We already know. We got you. We've got you. We're going to go to the winners interview in a moment. I think we're almost ready for it. We'll hear from Team Sweden as they prepare themselves as well to take on France. And I think the hype levels is going to rocket up very shortly.
I want to see it, because I was feeling it here yesterday. You can just you get kind of carried away by all the energy that's in this little room. But right now I feel everybody's a little dull. So I'm ready for some France hype. I want to see them go nuts, and I want to feel the passion, because I know that we can say a lot about ESO gaming guys, but passion, there's plenty of that.
There's a lot of passion around here. Wale!
Wale!
Woo! All right, let's go over to the seating area and hear from Team Sweden.
Hey everyone, Wale! Wale! Elke, how are you doing?
Good, actually. I'm wearing a new hat. Looks pretty cool.
You get your new hat.
I'm excited about seeing France play. They're gonna win
against Sweden. Yes. Sweden. So Sweden just won. I guess kind of tilted. Is it something we can say in English?
Yeah, that's actually an English word, so I believe so. Yeah. There is a pretty good chance he did. We theorized that maybe he didn't want to play again because he wasn't happy about TVZ or his TVZ, and I think there is a very real possibility it was the case, and sadly for Pig, just couldn't pull through in the last game here.
Yeah, Pig tried his best, but sort of...
But his best wasn't good enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I think, Ayagus was expected to be the Swedish killer, the Swede guy's killer, and it didn't happen. So unfortunately. Do we have our Swedish team? Yes, guys. Hello, Moro, Sort of, and Mini Razor. Congratulations first for beating Australia. You were pretty confident, Moro, before the match. Did everything go as you planned?
Yeah, I think everything went according to plan. Like I go in first as a sacrifice, and then sort of carries the shit out of us. So pretty happy.
Are we finally gonna see Mini Razor win some games against France?
Wait, Mini Razor.
There is a problem with your mic or the connection, mate. You're going full pig on us right now.
Sort of. So you basically rocked this match. Are you feeling confident facing Lilbo, Stefano, and Marine Lord? Is it looks like you're the ace player of the Swedish selection? Is it the upcoming match against France? Is it something you go with confidence?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident versus Lilbo and Marine Lord, but if I play my best, that is, then I think I can beat them on a good day. But it's obviously going to be really hard, so it's going to come down to what maps I get and so on.
You didn't mention Stefano. Are you not confident against him?
Well, I haven't played versus him in like 6 months, so I don't know.
How would you rate yourself, actually, like in the European scene right now? Like you're a replacement for Zenster, and you turned out to be quite the good replacement here. You put in some real work against Team Australia. So, how good do you think you're playing right now?
I think I'm playing quite good. Like I've been practicing really hard in Legacy, harder than I have in a long time, and I feel like I'm enjoying it a lot as well. So that's why I'm playing a lot better now, I think. And like I didn't do so well at DreamHack, but I felt I underperformed a bit. So we'll just have to wait and see how I do in tournaments to see where I'm actually at. But in practice, I feel that I'm quite good right now.
Mini Razor, is your microphone working? No, it's not.
Obviously, yes.
I was hoping to get some words from Mini Razor, but yeah.
So Moro, in the end, so you're facing France. Which is the player that you fear the most? We've seen Marine Lord with a very high level yesterday. Lilbo and Stefano, we cannot say the same thing. Do you believe it's going to be an easy match?
No, I think like this is going to be a pretty tough match, harder than this one, but I do believe that France should be a bit easier than Poland was for us. As far as me personally goes, I'm not really, like, to me it doesn't really matter who I'm playing against, because I feel like I'm good against Terran right now and Protoss, and Stefano, you know, being probably the weakest player out of them.
Okay.
And he's being Zerg, so it's like kind of the same for me.
I wonder, actually, is there any extra pressure on you guys' shoulders with Sweden being such a huge nation, you know, in esports, in RTS, in Starcraft in particular as well? Do you guys feel any extra pressure to deliver in terms of performance, or is it something you don't really think about?
I don't really know. What do you think, sort of?
Well, yeah, I think it's definitely some pressure from that. Like, when we had NationWars and Thorstein, we used to be one of the best nations outside of Korea. So, but all we can do is do our best to get ourselves back up to that level, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but France was always the best nation outside of Korea, though. So it's like it's hard to have pressure when you play against the best RTS nation.
I don't know about that.
What do you think about that? Okay, so that's probably what we're gonna see. Well, in the last match of this group, so France versus Sweden. Guys, if you have something to say to the audience, your fans, or whoever that might be, what would you say? Starting with sort of.
Well, I would just say that I'm sorry that we're gonna knock France out.
Okay. You can say something in Swedish if you want to the Swedish viewers, and I know there are many. They've been tweeting at us.
Well, I feel I can do that if we beat France. Then I'll do that.
All right. That's
Hello,
a promise.
can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, Razor, back again.
Yeah.
So you're arriving for the last question. Do you have something to say to your fan or to the French audience or to the Swedish audience?
No, not really. I'm gonna play. I think we can beat France, so we can ruin the show for all the French fans.
Nice.
Unfortunately.
Elki is very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's not cool to win the show, but good luck anyways.
The whole point is to win.
Luck, so.
Huh?
The whole point is to win, obviously. So good luck and have fun, and we'll see you right after the break. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And I believe our French casters have quite a bit of translating to do, so back to you guys.
We're English though, so we don't need to do any translating. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you've been enjoying NationWars 3 so far today as we prepare ourselves for the big match. France takes on Sweden, and we'll see one of these through to the top 8. We'll be going to that very briefly. When we go to this break, which we're going to in a minute, we also reveal the Korean team. Ooh. When we come back, we're going to be looking at who's playing for South Korea next weekend. So looking forward to that. Some big names, Roddy.
Very big names. I'm very excited for it. I like the team a lot. Of course, you know, whenever you're a fan, there's always people who's like, I really wish this player would have made it, or this player, or this player. But I think this is a team you can get very excited over, and I do mean that because I think they're awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Every single one.
They are the, of course, tournament favorites to see if anyone can challenge them. I think we've got a good couple of nations that can do, including your boy, if he gets through this next series. Lilbo, you really cheering for him, been helping him a lot, preparing for this match?
A little bit. He's doing most of the work.
Like. Just you guiding him with builds.
Do you look at the French team a little different now that you're not on it? If you would have been on it, do you feel like you would have been more emotionally involved in the success of the team?
Well, yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
But you still care?
Yeah, I still care very much.
Especially for, you know, like the overall spirit of this tournament, right? Like you want to go Olympia, you want to see the French people go crazy over the French players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be fucking awesome.
I mean, exactly. It's sometimes it's about passion for the overall game rather than just for your own career, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And, well, we'll see
So
if France can
convincing.
go through. I mean, he's really good at selling the story.
I'm trying to make him like come across here as a very genuine, passionate person, and he looks at me, he's like,
no, you're right. Yeah, I do like France. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. For my part, they win.
I hope they do well. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Sweden versus France, and also the reveal of the Korean team.